They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with
Must reign.
Yes. Yes. 1 second. Hold on, let me do this.
Yes, sir.
All right. Welcome, guys. Welcome here to another edition, another special little broadcast here on the Chaos Rain Show. I'm Chaos Rain here. And today, I was able to find that particular broadcast by Mr. Music that Mr. BGS was a part of. And, you know, I never understand why BGS would entertain or be a part of these so-called conversations. I mean, you know, I'm not sure if it's the Gemini in him or whatever, but you know, a man moves in mysterious circles. I like to say that myself. But other than that, we're gonna look at this in its entirely, and I'll give my own little small critiques of it. I have viewed it before doing this, so this is not something new. And let me see how long it's in length. And after doing that, make sure you guys like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and like always, please become a member of the Chaos Rain Show as well. Waiting for you know what to do. Don't be so stingy. Hit that red or what do you call the join button on here that's a part of this channel and become a member of the Chaos Rain Show. And if not, you know, subscribe to the channel. That also helps. Now, how long is this original? Well, the original is long, but I'm not doing the whole original. So I'm looking at it. Okay, so let me see how far I get through this. I'll try to pause a time for commentary, but that's pretty much it. Oh, the links to follow me are in the description of this live stream. And as I'm playing, please, guys, like the stream. I will look at it periodically. All right, so let's begin. Fair use. And let's go.
It is me, sir. You recognize my voice?
I do now. Yes, I do recognize your voice. How you doing? It's good to see you, sir.
Good to see
so
you
a lot
too.
of people said we should have a conversation because I believe they think that we oppose each other's ideology. And
I don't even know who you are, man. So I couldn't even tell you. So
that's fair.
You have to explain to me who you really are. Until you made a mention of me, I had no clue that you even existed. So you got to tell me what your position is.
So my position is that I believe us as men, we need to recalibrate our value system and change the ideology of putting lust and degeneracy first. I'm a young man from Brownsville, New York.
Okay, shout out to the man from New York. All right. Not sure how old the gentleman is, but he made the effort to put and tag BGS into the title of the stream for a reason. Let's listen in why he got his way to, I guess, extract the one and only Mr. Igmore. Let's go.
Start off as a construction worker making $8 an hour and able to run my own construction business. A successful.
Okay.
And you know, I was able to build myself up. Pops wasn't there, so that, you know, like, I don't think it's an excuse for men to not be well read and prove who they are as an individual. Just because you started somewhere with 7 deuce doesn't mean that you can't still win your hand. You gotta
well, we're gonna put that to the acid test of how well read you really are, my good sir. Let's go.
That is true, but you know, it's part of the culture that's been passed down since slavery. So, and trying to escape that culture is very difficult.
And that is a very good point. And I just don't believe that it should be easy, or that should be the excuse that it's easy or difficult, right? Like yours might be easier than mine, right? We could both be black, and you can start a little further ahead.
It's every other, but most first world countries it's fairly easy, okay? In most because I went to white schools most of my life because I'm an older guy. We were one of the first people to actually be bused. Okay, the other cultures, white cultures, is easy. Okay, different culture.
Mm. And I think that is fair. However, a lot of young men they tend to get stuck, and they have like arrested development. They get stuck in a negative space, and they don't understand that they have to change their philosophy to actually get out the rut that they possibly are in. Because sometimes we don't smell the shit because you sitting in it.
Yeah. So how do you have you ever tried to change a person's worldview?
Yes.
It's very difficult, is it not?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you cannot change any man or woman's worldview or how they view the world they're in today or how they see the world as it fits. And the reason why that is because most human beings are comfortable in their, I don't know if the word adolescence is the right word to say, but they're comfortable in the skin they're in. They're comfortable in the environment they foot and where they lay their head in. It's not really that necessity for most people to change. I think people want to change, but they don't really have the determination or really the drive to change. So when they come across information that's conflicting to prior existence that changed their whole reality, is a very daunting task. I like to say so myself. Trust me, my eyes, roughly when I was even around my time in my 20s till now, I always had an open mind about perceptions of reality and how the environment works. So I was not that type of person that's closed-minded. Not me. I can't speak for everybody else, but me, I'm more open-minded to a lot of things. So let's go. Let's keep listening.
That's a problem that you face, and it takes. I've been doing this for 25 years, and it's very difficult to change people's worldview.
And so my main goal is to do it one thing at a time instead of changing the whole worldview. I try to change it one thing at a time, so this way they won't look at the problems as just they can't do nothing about it, but be a learning problem solver is one of the things that I tried to teach any of the young men that I ever came across that worked with my company and things of that nature. I got a lot of them to upgrade their life and turn into managers and project managers, and so so a lot of them, they started to change as they seen the results. And I think a lot of men are not just letting these young men be goal oriented. So once they start seeing things in a progressive way, their philosophy starts to change with that progression. Because if you stay in the same philosophy, you're gonna always be in the same position that you always was at. And even if you get a lump sum of money and now you are wealthy, so to speak, if your philosophy still broke, hey,
your worldview is your worldview. Because trust me, if that was the case, then you have a whole bunch of drug dealers during the crack era. They got a whole bunch of money that would have changed their worldview. Is it not?
Good point.
Money doesn't change you. Okay, I came of age during the crack era, so I saw a whole lot of fast money. I seen the change to where the man that was doing business, the man with the truck, and the man with the suit was actually preferred. Okay, that shit changed between 1985 and 1995.
Now that's a fun fact right there. I don't know if anybody asked me just that question in previous streams like that, but that right there from 1985 to 1995, that's a period of an span of 10 years. And now we're in 2025, so we're looking at a period of 1985 to present day. That's a period of 40 years. And then from 1995 to present, you're looking at a span of 30 years. So we're looking at 10-year gaps that happen 2 generations. That's a very much a big difference of how women used to go for a certain particular archetype of men at the time. Very informative. Let's go.
Okay, that's some important information.
If you want the best show to actually show that, and shout out to what's his name before he died, it's Snowfall. Okay, because if you look at the main character, I could have been the main character of Snowfall, because his life dovetailed mine. In the hood, bust out to the white neighborhood, out to the elite white schools, and then have to go back to the hood at night. Yeah. That was me. So I understand.
Okay. All right. So understood. So you're saying you was a part of the degenerate lifestyle at one point.
I was. If you okay, are you from the hood?
Yes. Brownsville,
Okay.
New York. Yes.
Brownsville, New York. Okay, I am South.
Now I think Brownsville. I don't know if that's connected between the Bronx or what do you call Brooklyn. Let me look that up right now before we continue on. And like always, guys, you watching the stream, either watching or observing, a like goes a long way. So please don't be stingy. Hit the like button, please. God damn it. As I look this up.
Central Los Angeles, the dead center of that crap, right?
Okay.
Freeway Ricky
Ross
Ross grew up like 6 blocks from me.
Damn.
Okay, I'm in ground central of that shit.
Okay.
Okay, so I was 9 years old when I went to the first funeral where one of the guy on my block got killed. Okay, the bully on my block, he got a 2 shots to the head. So you're in it.
Okay.
Okay. Now I don't know how you not be a part of it and you're in it. If you can explain that to me, please do.
Now I get what you're saying.
Only thing that saved me is a black female teacher put my black ass on the bus and shipped me across town. Okay, that's what saved me. Okay,
and I think that's the main problem I have with a lot.
Okay, from what I'm seeing, Brownsville is located in Jefferson County, New York. Is located in the western part of the county, northwest of Watertown. The town is named after Jacob Brown, an early settler and leader. Oh, hold on. Let me see. I want a map of where this is. Okay. Well, it doesn't say where it's located. Like if it's near the Bronx, Brooklyn, it says Brownsville. So, okay. All right. Well, I'm not going deeper and more detail. Let's keep going.
These people's stories so far from what I'm hearing from you is that like they tend to forget about that person, right? That black female teacher that helped you change whatever the situation was, right? To start to move you in the right direction. I understand that a lot of black men in the so-called manosphere space, one I just introduced is the one that you said was an entertainer. He tends to focus on the negative version of black women all the time. And I'm trying to tell them, like, we understand that those people do exist, but I do not believe that's the majority of black women. That's the issue that I mainly have.
The thing is, and this is something, okay, I cloak my name is because I am in the conscious community or the pro-tip community or the pro-black community where there's been that way for 40 years, right? My mentor, who I do a show, I've been doing the show with her weekly for since 2009, right? Okay, she's counseled thousands of women. Okay, that's her mainstay. Okay, and trust me, this is a very deep-seated problem. And
I always think that the lady that BGS was under, or work alongside for the last I think like 16 years now, because 2009 to present, that's like a period of 16 years. I wonder if it could possibly be Yaya Van Zandt. I doubt it, but it's like food for thought. Anyhow,
she's the one that told me that black men and women are in reverse order of nature. She told me back that damn near 20 years ago. She's the one that told me.
And what does that mean? Being in reverse order of nature.
She said black men and women are in reverse order of nature. That's what she told me. Okay.
What did that mean, though?
What does that mean to you?
In other words, that's why I came up with the name gynocracy. Okay, because this is actually a culture that's been put upon us by the slave master in 1750. Okay, put the black women over the head of the family, and it still exists.
And so you feel like it still exists. So and what is the plan to change this mental shift and getting men to take back their rightful order as the leader in our culture?
I get an answer. You don't. most black men today have really checked out. Generally, there are some that will still fight the good fight, but most of them just say, "The hell with, f this, I'm out." Personally, and really, let's be fair and honest. Do black people really want community where they want black men, especially ones that's productive, to really be the leaders today, to shape and mold and move forward of the black community in the present day, and hope to escape or invade the so-called 2050 or 2040 of the projection of where black people are going to be at, or where we're going to stand? I doubt it. But let's listen to his response.
In this decaying culture, the way it's decaying, you probably won't be able to, because one, the white community wants to absorb you. Number one, if you go back and look at from 1945 onward, they decided they were going to integrate us, much like they did the Native Americans. So your black community probably will, if all goes according to plan, will not exist within the next 20 years. Normally it takes 140 years to actually absorb a culture completely. Okay, and we're about maybe a third of the way through that. You can already see it if you look at the numbers. And then the only way to save it is if black women decide to do a wholesale change, and I don't see it.
Okay,
Wait, so
I think that's where, and that's probably where they want us
women
to have a conversation, because I think black men need to be the ones that hold the bigger burden of changing the culture. I think that's probably why.
But they don't have the commensurate power to actually change it. It's impossible for black men to change it because they don't have the power to change it. You gotta have power.
And so and maybe it's because of my upbringing, where I came from, right?
Maybe it is.
I really believe that if we change that philosophy and tell young black men that you taking off this mask of being this fake bravado, that you got to be this basketball player, this rapper, and all these other things, that just be who you are naturally is good enough for our culture. I believe that philosophy would change this trajectory of that these white people hold some power over us, because they do not.
Well, who's grooming these next basketball and football players should be the biggest question we should ask. Because if, let's say, the black man was more involved with these children, you think the fathers that play a part in the development and grooming and raising of their children would want their sons, future sons, to be inspired to be football players, basketball players, track stars, hell, even rappers? No. They're gonna probably push their children most likely to things that's practical, that really move society forward. Like, be, let's say, a STEM person, maybe an engineer, a lawyer, a doctor, maybe something that's practical, that does require work, and that requires more work on the parents and to push their children like that if they're both involved in their children's lives, especially with the boys. But if it's raised by one parent, you're going to see the opposite. You're going to see some boys dilapidate and become, the degenerates of what you see the society grooms them, or what they want black men to be, which is something that's not inspiring anything of progressiveness. Now, I can't really put drug dealer in this conversation, because drug dealer today in the 21st century, as it stands, and this is just me, and y'all guys could criticize it, is officially dead. And the reason why I say this is because the stage and the rise of technology is not as easy once if you're pushing low-level drugs out here. Games has changed. It's changed drastically for those that's not paying attention. But moving forward, let's continue listening. Very useful.
They don't really. Okay. Yeah. They don't really. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't think they actually have the power that we portray that they have on us. I'm in these meetings and having arguments with them all the time. They are 100% afraid of us.
They might be, but they still hold power over you.
And I understand as a whole.
I want to know, what is this afraid that this brother's talking about? Where in white people today are afraid of Negroes? I am confused. He's going to elaborate this fear. because last time I checked, it's just me. This is just me, guys. When MAGA was on the rise, there are more black people afraid of non-black people than the other way around. Last time I checked, and non-black folks, what they call white folks in general, because they're the majority, have been putting in some serious work on black folks, especially black men. So I don't say I believe, but I know for a fact they're not really have this sense of fear like people think they do. You always hear they talking about their fear of a black planet, all this nonsense. If the fear was so great, let's have this conversation. Then most black people right now, black men generally, I don't think they would be around that long if the fear was really that serious. And the reason why I say is because most non-blacks today need the assistance, they need the genetics, and hell, they need the intellect of a lot of black folks today, no matter where they come from. So they're not really fear of anything today. Now, yes, they are solely not replacement now because of their actions and what they have done to other groups of people across the world, especially black people. The robbery of wealth, the deaths, you name it. This all encompass is the reason and what is caused by human nature, or what we call the natural law of order, why they're slowly not replacement. Besides the woman not really giving birth, but it's much deeper than that. So overall, they still need black folks, regardless how black folks see themselves, whether in America or beyond. All right, let's keep going. Fair use, fair use.
That's the country. I get that, right?
No, I'm talking about the world. Okay,
Mhm.
this is okay. And this is something that right now I just talked to Dr. Marie, who's part of the UN. Right, I just talked to him Sunday. Okay, and we're discussing about Hexas and Vance's visit to Europe, telling them that the ball game's over. They're still trying to hold on to white supremacy. Okay, that's why that's why the war in Ukraine is still going on. So they have ruled the world. Okay, what do you think the unipolar or the global, the rules-based global order is about? That's about white supremacy. It's been about that way for a long time. Have you read Neely Fuller ever?
I haven't read that particular.
You need to read Neely. You need to read Neely Fuller.
Now, this is where BGS caught this man. And this is why, I have not read enough books. Some books I'm back at reading some of them now. That it's hard to have a conversation with a lot of people that don't really crack open the information, or we like to call a book. They like to go by the feeling. I feel, I goddamn feel. Get out your goddamn feelings, especially a man. Where is your logic? Where does this testosterone start kicking in, where you start using your head on top and sit back and start thinking and ration a lot of things and really question a lot of things? When that is going to start to come around for a lot of these folks, like literally, because I get tired hearing these men, gentlemen especially, when they talk about say I feel and all this bullshit, right? Now everybody got understanding or has not known or have not read any of Neely Fuller's junior books, which you could still find in the internet. And eventually you're gonna find more, maybe in down the line, in PDF form, because he's gone now. He's been transitioned out and been gone now for the last 2 weeks. Okay, he actually died on the first week of February. So most of his work is not going to be in vain moving forward. I think what's going to happen with his work now is going to spread much more further now, because the information has to be accessed now to the whole black populace. Because let me tell you something. White people know about Neely Fuller Jr. Some black people knew about Neely Fuller Jr., regardless how we want to know or not. It's just a few Negroes don't really look into this information. How you doing, sir? Hope everything's well. Make sure you guys hit the like button. All right, let's keep going.
The code, okay? That's the best definition of white supremacy. We've been quoting that for like 40 years about Neely Fuller's definition of white supremacy.
Go ahead, Deepa. I see you want to say something.
So I had a question. So you said that the white man installed the black woman as the head of the family.
Okay.
Sir, please let me speak. Okay.
I was going to tell you where it came from. I'm not going to. I'm take you about. Okay. All right. Okay. You know.
Okay. So you said that the white man installed the black woman as the head of the household, and in order for us to stop the progression of being absorbed, it's going to take a wholesale change on the part of black women. So let's say, black women heed your warning and say, we're going to wholesale change. What does that look like?
First of all, you stop holding back the boys, because most of the things that, because I talked to a whole bunch of PhDs in the educational field and stuff like that. Most of the stuff that's actually programmed for the boys, including stuff that's in the in Congress right now, okay, is held back by the female. Especially black women, and with the help of white women, which is why the vast majority of affirmative action and civil rights went to white women. Okay, it was handed over by black women to white women. Equality Murray.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So you are saying, so you said a lot of the legislation is held up by black women.
Yeah.
How is that possible? There are very few black women in Congress.
You want me to speak now?
Oh yeah, I'm asking a question. So how is it possible that they could hold it up?
Because when you ask a question and I answer a question, you go, sir. So, but
I wasn't finished asking the question. You got to let me get it out before you start answering, sir.
Let's just keep it. We doing good.
And basically, okay, white women who do not want black men to have rights that they don't have, which is why civil rights, sex was actually put into the civil rights bill. Okay, do not want black men to be over them. Okay, okay, and black women do not want black men to be over them as males. They want black men to stay in their place.
And let's go further into that. Have y'all noticed that white women back then, even now, they don't mind suppressing black men in America, but they sure as hell want to get in their knees and suck the hell out of a black man's dick. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? And so I want to keep you in place because you're more control under this rulership. But I'm sure as hell gonna give you this throat goat, this mouth, and all my holes because I need that thing. I need that, what they call that big phallus. Ain't that deep? And I can understand why most black men don't mind dealing with non-black women here in America because, either they know or not, some are compliant to keep you in place. They'll listen to you, but they know who really runs things. All I know is they get access to you, your body, and your what's between your legs, and keep you nice control like a nice pet. God damn, this woman is sinister. And not only that, she's jealous of her man personally. Like literally personally, because she looks at him and looks at this black man and say, you gonna give this Negro rights? You gonna give some that I should get because I'm under you? What? Yeah. Oh yeah, and that they did that too. They actually made conscious effort to feminize the boys that will become the black men of tomorrow. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Anyhow, let's listen more. And mind you, black women don't want that either. They said, oh yes, Mrs. Ann, we will help. We will work night and day, help you achieve your goal to get you, I think not under, but over or somewhat of equal playing field with your man, while I suppress my man, the black man. And in return, I'm going to get access to your man, which he already got access to your body. Let's keep real, because most black women in this American country are concubines to other groups of men, especially Mr. Charlie. But that's another story. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? They get some in return for this. Don't be fooled. Fair use, fair use.
Okay. And so how are black women, given their small numbers in Congress, able to hold back any legislation? That's what I'm asking.
With the help of with the help of white women.
Okay. So the
'Cause there's-
thing is, there are
the-
way more white women. So actually, it wouldn't be black women leading it with the help of white women. It would be white women doing it, right? Because there are very few black women.
Black women give white women moral cover to do it.
Okay. So can you give us an example of that?
Okay, 75%, 75, 8% of DEI goes to white women, right? Do you see white women actually out there protesting for DEI?
Yes.
Yes.
Who are the main people actually protesting for DEI?
I saw a bunch of white people.
Black women are actually the one out front of
Where?
all, mostly black women.
Well, okay, which one did you see? Because I saw a bunch of federal ones with all those federal employees being DEI employees being fired recently. And so, yeah,
okay,
and so I saw a lot of white women out there. I saw them on TikTok crying.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you finish.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So which one did you see? Go ahead.
The federal employees are not DEI employees. Okay, that's a different story.
No. The federal employees who were in DEI positions, they were the chief of diversity and inclusion. Those people who worked in those D&I jobs, they have been let go.
What's it? Jasmine Crockett. There's a couple other congressmen, a spokesman on MSNBC and CNBC and all that kind of stuff. They were all black women. Those are your moral leaders for DEI.
Okay, so the handful of black women in Congress, and now we're expanding it, because previously it was black women, I guess, in Congress were holding back legislation, but now we're expanding it, and so now it's the black women who on the news who talk about these things, like they're also doing it as well.
In other words, when I first said how they do it is basically black women give white women moral cover to do this stuff, because it would not be morally correct for white women to come out and talk about affirmative action and civil rights, okay, and being discriminated against because they're white and they're the majority of voters.
So you saying?
So in other words, white women, as long as you give the illusion of inclusion to black women, you're safe in society. You can use and abuse black women by any means that you deem justifiable. If you want to put them up front to, I guess, push your agendas, find a black woman, particularly a nice big black woman, a big back black woman, that will wear, rainbow color hairs, the styled ones, the beautiful ones, they have so much colors. I see one woman, particularly a sister one time. Was she big back? I don't think she was. And she had very long blue hair. It was like the bluest of the sky. It's almost as blue as someone's eyes. She was rocking like it was nothing. It was very artistic, if I do say so myself. It was very stunning. But nonetheless, they use these type of black women up front to, push their real agendas, Yeah. So, anyhow, let's keep listening. Berries and Sport Channel.
Okay, so I think I'm starting to understand. So it's kind of like my issue with Myron Diva, right? So we saying that they are using the black women as an avatar.
Yes.
Okay. And again, I'm wondering, where's the evidence of that, though? Okay, so Joy Reid may get up there. I don't even know anybody who watches Joy Reid and say whatever, but that isn't her speaking for the masses of black women, right? It's a job. That's her job. I'm pretty sure they write down what she has to say. She's reading from a teleprompter. And so I don't know. I'm just confused by, how black women would need to change. But okay, so if you're saying stop giving white women moral cover, that's one thing. Is there anything else black women would need to do if we're doing this wholesale change? What else?
Okay.
I like this conversation.
The wholesale change, and this is something I was just talking to Malcolm Muhammad about, who's a sub of mine, right? And his father actually tried to help start the all boys school, okay, which we know works, okay, which with black feminists and black female teachers do not like boys schools, okay. They don't like to lose control of their boys. And it was the black females that stopped most of the boys' schools that have been stopped have been by black females. And the thing is, do you guys hold your spokespeople accountable?
Who are our spokespeople?
Yeah, that question. Because I think the problem, BGS, is what we have is connect. I guess we don't. You might not be able to have a real concrete evidence of it, and you are seeing the overarching part, and you seeing some kind of spy type of situation that we.
No, it's pretty. I mean, I could, but the thing is, we're in conversation. I could pull up receipts left and right. Okay, I mean, you could look at Stacey Abrams. Okay, running for governor and running for Georgia, okay, and stuff that she runs, the voters that she runs, stuff like that. You can go to them. Joy Reid, Jasmine Crockett, a whole bunch of other black female congressmen and senators, and even Kamala Harris and her whole crew run for president. Okay, those are the moral lead. Those are the leaders of the country. Okay, that set laws and set precedent. Because most. Unless you know something I don't see many black women actually marching down to Congress, actually protesting for the rights of their boys.
Yeah,
why would we need the men aren't doing that either though?
Right. They got
so why is it incumbent upon the women to do it? Right? Those boys are going to be.
You're never going to see these women march for that, because the boys and the women today, in their mind, as long as the young boys are kept at a certain place mentally, not physically but spiritually and mentally, you get that head correct, you keep them in a certain place locked mentally, you don't have to worry about anything else. They'll be under your control, like always. You want some, because really, unless it serves you, it does not serve anything else. And the pushback they give to our BGS, because they feel, say, well, what you men are doing, let me tell you something. Most men are going to do in regards to the boys that's under them, on the average. Any other boy that's not under them, they're not going to invest, waste time, period. And if they do decide to take on that burden, right, it would be in the better interest for other men, And most black men today, because they see the disrespect that this community has done to them, they're not so all the way down to invest in some of these boys that's not theirs, especially children that come from multiple men. I mean, that's just too much work. Too much work. Anyhow, let's listen to more of this.
Some men, so why aren't you all out there doing
it's because okay, at some point you're going to want your race and your people to advance, and sometimes you're going to have to get off your butt and do something.
Right, okay. But why aren't you all getting off your butt and doing something?
Okay, so okay,
but you want us to get out and go protest.
And this is why it's not going to go anywhere.
Okay, so all right, so hold on. I don't want the conversation to break down. Hold on.
This is what I'm talking about right now. That's why it's not going to go anywhere.
Okay, BGS, hold on. I just don't want the conversation to break down. We're doing very good. So now we understand you saying for your movement you need more black women that's in their position to start moving and protesting for young black men. Fine. So now where are the black men that's in these positions of Congress and everything leading the way so the black women can follow them into pushing the young black boys into the forefront?
Which ones? Are you talking about which ones that are?
Yeah, like where are they? So we understand that, yes, we want black women to push for the young black boys as well. However, for that to happen, we need the black men that's in Congress, that's in these positions of power, that's already elected to be the forefront of it first, and so we can actually get a movement to walk behind. Where are those people at? Those men, black men.
Where are those? The thing is, you want men that are disempowered to do something when you could do it yourself. Okay, do you want the black community to get better?
Yes, I
Okay.
do. So
Okay.
yes, I do.
In other words, that means everybody. Okay. Instead of
That's fine.
hold
Okay,
on.
yeah, you got it.
If you're going, everybody at this point is going to have to rise up and take hold. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's going to have to get up and do something because if not, you're going to go down with the ship because America is heading down that path anyway. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, so
As we
that's
speak.
fine. We understand we got to do it together, right? We understand that as a collective to get it to move to position where we actually getting bills. We understand that, Bridget. However, to get it rolling, don't you believe that the men, the black men first, need to be the first ones saying, "Hey, this is what we need to do to move forward." And the reason why I see it that way,
Okay.
it's because
Remember, like I said before, and I'll say it again, get out of your feelings. Please get out your feelings. We gotta deal with the logic here. Fair use, fair use.
because of this situation that we have now that the man is in office. A lot of those white men, they push for it, say, hey, we need to get this agenda of the LG. They was the main ones pushing that out there. There's the main ones that saying that white men are being the DEI situation is against straight white men. They made sure they made that clear, and they felt like they was the ones that was underneath everything. So they was able to go ahead and start pushing and moving things forward. And I believe us as black men, we got to stop telling our young black men that we need women to do something for us. We as men, we got to be the ones walking, marching, talking, and be the loudest motherfuckers in the room, even if we are the loudest minority. I don't care. We need to start getting it so we could uplift some young man, because we know the 30 to 25 years is the ones that's really going to get a movement going. And we need somebody to lead them into an uprising of mentality.
Okay. Who are their teachers?
Right. It's fine. That should be a grown black man like you.
It should be.
It shouldn't be the woman.
Well, who's in charge of the educational system right now?
White men.
No, white women.
No,
Okay,
white men.
Okay,
White
make
women.
all-
Now, one thing BJ's layout is white women, and I wish he gave the more links to that. Personally, white men runs the infrastructure, but his woman could be running those institutions. And if you think about it, for the last how long now? Since the 60s, now we're looking at 60 years ago now. White women are in these school systems more. So really and truly, they actually run the school system now, personally. Because they're the majority. If we think about it. But that's something that we're not ready to have the conversation to have. Let's continue. Various.
White women are in charge of white women are.
white
Hold
women
on,
are
hold
the
on,
I don't want to
hold
have a
principals.
decent
on,
argument.
hold
I don't
on.
want to
White
just
women aren't the
Oh,
principals.
all right. Okay,
Listen,
go ahead.
I don't want to just
I'll mute you guys.
let's not make it a screen match. Go ahead, PhD.
No, I was saying you can't say white women are in charge of the schools. White women are the teachers for the most part, but they're the administrators, the superintendents, right? The school boards, the people who control the schools, right? The people in the state government who control the schools. Most of those are white males, and so it's the white males running the schools. But I just find it very ridiculous to expect that you're women. Now y'all want to be the big men, right? But you admitted that y'all are disempowered. But regardless, if you're disempowered, then even if we make the wholesale change, you still got, then you on the top and you're the head of the family, you still got to deal with that white man. And if he can disempower you once, he can do it again.
Okay.
And so y'all got to be able to go to that white man. Stop looking at us and go take your fight to that white man.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead, BGS.
Okay, and that's why I don't really come to these forums, but it's okay. The thing is, because gotta remember.
Now most black people say are not in the business of taking at the man personally. It sounds nice, it sounds beautiful, but really truly, unless black people really take on the man, it's just hogwashed personally. But yeah, I agree with BJS. He's wasting his time having these conversations with people. A lot of people are not really serious when we have these conversations personally. But I digress. Farious.
Right. I talk to the people in the educational system. I talk to the PhD. I talk to the people that actually are on the ground and telling me exactly who runs what. Okay, white women and white feminists have been running this country in the educational system since 1972.
Okay, but where's the evidence of it? So we can't talk to those people.
Did you
So
ask
we
the
can't get
question
it
or
from
not?
them.
It's
Did you
okay.
ask the question? Did you ask the question?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Do
not
you
being
feel like you answered it? Is that your
No,
fault?
no, no,
I want to be able. I want.
That's why I asked. I don't want to.
You know one thing I don't like about these goddamn fucking streams? The hosts keep interrupting. Yeah, people talk and go all over the goddamn place. This is a shit show, personally. Now on my channel, because I don't got this leverage yet, where I have a lot of people who want to come onto this panel, and I have people have the conversation. I always tell y'all a secret here on the Chaos Rain Show. If you go back to previous broadcasts, which is very hard now because you had to go from my catalog of videos and live streams, I had open forums where I had people come on and they go around talk at and towards each other without no interruption. And the reason why I lay it out that way is because, as you know, the name of the channel is Chaos Reign, and I want the chaos to reign. As a matter of fact, I'll show you better.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with.
Must reign.
You understand? I let the chaos really reign. Not these so platforms that no, you come on here and I open the forum, you're going to have it out. Y'all going to argue, you're going to talk, and I'm not going to interrupt. So don't play with me. Don't let me get to the point where I open the forum and everybody comes up on this platform and have the conversation, because I will not interrupt no one. And that's one thing people will not be ready to see. Let's continue. Fair use.
I got you, BGS. I know we.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I know it's getting dicey. I don't.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not on my part.
Okay,
I'm just
that's
trying
fine.
to understand.
I just want to make sure we both good. I just want to make sure we all good. Everybody getting a thought out.
It's your show. I'm trying to follow the regulations of the
Okay,
host.
I'm on mute.
Okay.
Y'all go ahead.
The book. Okay, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Did you answer? Okay.
No, I didn't. I
didn't.
Even
You
get
got a little bit
2
more.
words
Go
out.
ahead,
Okay.
so you can finish the conversation.
There's a very good book. Okay, I know black folks don't like to read. It's called More Than Title IX, where they actually explain exactly how.
Let's look up that book right now. Actually, we're going to explore, see if that book is accessible. More Than Title IX. Let's look at this. Where is it? Okay. All right, found it. More Than Title IX. Okay, I see it. More Than Title IX. How equality in the education has shaped the nation. Movie title, Cross World. All right, so let's click on to the book. Let's see if they got a nice little PDF of this book, because when this book came out. This book came out. It came out 16 years ago. Imagine that. Wow. All right, let's see that this book has a PDF. Let me look this up now, guys, before I continue. Let's look. I doubt it might be accessible. But let's take a look. Oh, okay. All right, I must share what the book looks like for those that don't know. Because you guys got to see a picture of this. Where is it? All right, here we go. Share screen. Let me move this out the way. To let people know what the book looks like. Let me see my end. Take a look. More than Title IX, how equality in the education has shaped. Equity has in the education has shaped the nation. Karen Hance, Vince Goffrey, and all stuff. You see the book? That is the book. 376 pages. And like I said, it came out 16 years ago. All right. So you guys get it. If you can't see it, unfortunately, that's as best you're going to see it from this little screen. All right. Let's continue.
They laid all this stuff out since 1972. Okay. Exactly. Okay. That's how come you have LGBTQI plus. Okay. Exactly. Okay. What's his name? Penny Pritzker actually paid Obama to put all that crap in the DEI. That's why they changed from affirmative action to DEI. She paid Obama to do that. Okay. She's a billionaire. She paid Obama to do that stuff.
So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
That was who paid? Oh, it was who?
Penny Pritzker. Go look at Penny Pritzker and Obama. Okay.
And that's a white woman.
It's a white. Yeah, she's the head of the Hilton hotels.
Okay, so you're saying we need to get some more money involved as black men.
No, okay, money is part of it. Okay, money is not power. Okay, there's other ways to do things because a lot of stuff that even on my platform, okay, small as it is, has gotten stuff done and gotten through. Okay, and changed stuff. Kevin Samuels came from my, was actually assigned from my platform.
Okay.
Casper Bros came from our platform. Those things are big. Okay, you can get things changed even on a smaller level if you connect with enough people and the right people.
Okay, and so I think the main problem that people like me and PhD have is it sounds like it's that you need the females to do it for you instead of doing it with you after you already started the ball movement. And it doesn't sound like I understand the books. I understand the books and all those things. And
try reading them first, okay? And then we got to discuss. Try reading them first, okay? The thing is, it's not for women to do anything. What is it? I think they said this. Lee Iacocca actually quoted a general, right? Okay, the lead. Lead, follow, get out of the way, okay? And black women have to do one of those things. You have to lead, they have to follow, have to get out of the way. Right now, black women want to lead.
And what about the men?
Huh?
Are the men trying to lead?
Look what I found. Ironically, I'm gonna put this in the Discord service. If you guys not joined Discord service, you're missing out. I found the link to Title IX. That BGS reference of 1972. Where is that link right now? Yes, I'm going to share screen. Yes, God damn it. I'm going to share the screen. We go see on the Chaos Run Show. We don't talk about things. We're not just going to sit there and run videos. We're going to learn something. We're going to find the links and see what the person is saying if it has merit. Here you go. What y'all see here? And y'all might not see it because I'm using a different format, and I might have to switch back to formats because y'all not gonna be able to see this. I'm gonna zoom in. The Hopes and Tools of History of Title IX Education Amendment of 1972 by Margaret Nash. And this is a period of 21 years, since 1972 to 1993. We could probably read some short stuff. We're not going to read lengthy because we don't have time for all that. 21 years ago, Congress passed the first legislation ever to profit sex discrimination in public education. Title IX of the Education Amendment of 1972 banned sex discrimination in all schools that receive federal funding. As a result of Title IX, the number of proportions of women enrolled in post-secondary institutions increased. Educational and employment opportunities for females became more equitable. In spite of the significance of the legislation, historians largely have ignored Title IX. When Title IX is discussed at all, it usually is solely in terms of athletics. This paper is an attempt to fill in the gaps. The paper discussed how Congress passed Title IX legislative efforts to weaken the laws and the Office of Civil Rights Enforcement of Title IX Finally, in this paper, access changed in school and in female education experience as a result of this legislation, and ways those change against how far we still need to go to achieve gender equality in education. And this is for the equality. And I'm not going further in this because this is something to really examine in its entirety. And I'm not sure I'm going to, but I'll put the link somewhere for people to find it for more information for your own leisure. And one other thing, a lot of people watching. No matter of fact, I ain't gonna play it. Let's keep going. Fairies.
It always goes back to the men. Worry about you first. As you lead, follow, get out of the way. Which one you gonna do?
Okay, so that's perfect. I'm glad that you said that. So why is it not the same? So that's the issue that I'm having. It sounds like it should be the same rhetoric towards the young men. You gotta lead, get out the way, and stop worrying about the females if they are following out. Because once you start doing the right things and you're moving and they see progression, they are going to follow that natural progression. Like, that is the man I want to get behind.
Thus the reason for the black manosphere. That was the part that people don't understand about it.
Okay, explain that part. Because
in other words, if you have been raised in a gynocratic culture, okay, first you have to do with young men, especially men, okay, is change their worldview. It's very difficult.
That's understood, and that's where we started off at, right? And I was able to change my worldview. I'm somebody that was at the same position that you was, not in a very good position. I had a 7 deuce hand, and I'm able to move on through life and change my circumstances. And I did that on my own. I didn't have no teacher behind me, so I'm not going to give men, young men, or whatever we're going to say, black men, for example, an excuse to not do the correct and righteous thing just because they are in a strange, a weird position that the white man got their boot on our goddamn neck. No, you got to get that goddamn boot off your neck. Where if I got to call BGS and say, hey, listen, this white man got his boot on my neck and you could come and help. Hey, that's what we got to do. But I'm not going to call my mother, my sister, or my wife to get this white man's boot off my fucking neck. I'm gonna call my brother. Is what I'm saying.
The thing is not to get the white man's boot off your neck. You have to get the woman's boot off your neck too.
Perfect. So while I'm out there fighting to get this theoretical boot off my neck, my woman is not involved in that. So when I go outside, like why is it theoretical?
Why is it theoretical?
You're a black man. It's not real. That's why you have to. This is why my main problem is that we have to change the philosophy. All right. So once you change the philosophy and you realize that people are not trying to stop you, you're going to have to fight. It's not going to be easy. You got to move a certain way. That these things that this woman can't follow you is bullshit. You got to have some proof behind who you are as a man.
No, you don't.
When you start having that record of this is what I am, this is who I can be, and as I'm moving forward, whoever that woman that you choose to be with, she's gonna naturally be on the side. She's gonna naturally be on the side of you, not behind you, but on the side of you, walking locked arms with each other. That's
not true.
How it actually happens in real life when you change the philosophy. It's just not gonna be easy.
Not true. Not true. Women are taught. Other cultures, and you can look at any other culture. You can look at and go outside the United States to African culture. Women are taught this. Men don't have to prove anything. They're taught this. Women follow natural. Women follow because they're taught to follow. Our women are not.
Okay. Welcome into the show, Browns. I didn't play your intro because it's a very serious conversation. I wanted to stick very.
All right. Yeah, I know what the deal. I've been running this for a while. Please support the channel.
I want my money.
I told you.
Where is my money?
Betty, bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
You mean everyone?
Great their life. And
oh, damn. Sorry, guys. Shouldn't do that. All right.
Course, but the pussy it's out longer
through life and change my circumstances, and I did that on my own. I didn't have no teacher behind me. So I'm not going to give men, young men, or whatever we're going to say, black men, for example, an excuse to not do the correct and righteous thing just because they are in a strange, a weird position that the white man got their boot on our goddamn neck. No, you got to get that goddamn boot off your neck. How? Where if I got to call BGS and say, hey, listen, this white man got his boot on my neck and you could come and help. Hey, that's what we got to do. But I'm not going to call my my mother, my sister, or my wife to get this white man's boot off my fucking neck. I'm going to call my brother is what I'm saying.
The thing is not to get the white man's boot off your neck. You have to get the woman's boot off your neck too.
Perfect. So while I'm out there fighting to get this theoretical boot off my neck, my woman is not involved in that. So when I go outside, like
why is it theoretical? Why is it theoretical? You're a black man.
It's not real.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I rewind back because I accidentally pressed the finger, so I'm trying to find where we at. So bear with me. Let's keep going.
That's why you have to. This is why my main problem is that we have to change the philosophy. All right. So once you change the philosophy and you realize that people are not trying to stop you, you're gonna have to fight. It's not going to be easy. You got to move a certain way. That these things that this woman can't follow you is bullshit. You gotta have to have some proof behind who you are as a man.
No, you don't.
When you start having that record of this is what I am, this is who I can be, and as I'm moving forward, whoever that woman that you choose to be with, she's gonna naturally be on the side. She's gonna naturally be on the side of you, not behind you, but on the side of you, walking locked arms with each other. That's
not true.
How it actually happens in real life when you change the philosophy. It's just not gonna be easy.
Not true. Not true. Women are taught. Other cultures, other cultures, and you can look at any other culture. You can look at and go outside the United States to African culture. Women are taught this. They don't have to. Men don't have to prove anything. They're taught this. Women follow natural. Women follow because they're taught to follow. Our women are not.
Okay.
Hey, that's the consequence living in America. You know, no one's taught, especially this chick. You're gonna have to out your way if you're a black man. Because she's gonna give you a hard time. That's why I can see why most black men nowadays they go find other culture women, black or non-black, generally because they don't have time for the bullish. They don't have time for you to really act in a normal manner. You're just gonna give black men a hard time. So they said, F this, and I'm gonna find or replace the. That's how it goes. That's how it goes, you know. You have to argue and complain. Just replace her, which most black men are doing right now. If they can't get the black woman here, they'll find some other black woman or some other race woman. Because let's be honest, you know, men are gonna, you know, deal with any woman that's, you know, agreeable. All right, let's keep going. Various.
Hey, welcome into the show, Brownsman. I didn't play your intro, because it's a very serious conversation. I wanted to stick very serious. I didn't want to.
Yeah, it's no problem. Peace and love. Peace and love to all the kings and queens. And brother BGS. So I've been listening to you, my brother, today on this show. And in my opinion, you're speaking from a perspective of an emasculated man.
What makes you think that?
Why I say that? The reason why I say that is because you have articulated that the reason that black men are no longer the leaders in the black community is because black women have teamed up with white women and deprived the black man from his role as a leader and since made him less effective, right? And when I'm listening to you say these things, right, to me, what you're doing is you're shifting accountability and responsibility onto the woman, which should not be applied there, right? Because you're ignoring certain historical facts that has happened within our community. Number one, right? In the 70s, right? What happened with the black men was once they eradicated our leaders from our community, right? Black men decided to turn away from righteousness and turn towards degeneracy.
How old are you?
So you had the heroin epidemic.
How old
right?
are you?
You had let me finish, sir. Let me finish, and then
Okay.
I'll answer whatever questions.
I'm 65. How old are you?
I'll answer whatever questions you
Okay.
have.
Okay.
If you will allow me to finish, right?
All
Because
right.
I'm gonna show you respect, and I'm gonna show you.
You know, this nigga is babbling right now. He's running his whole goddamn mouth and not saying nothing but hog shit. All the elder asks you is, how old are you, nigga? And you up here say, I'm going to explain and let me get. No, you see, you can't do this in any other fucking panel. We're going to stop right there and say, wait, how old, before you continue this goddamn rabbit hole, how old are you, boy? Or young man, or whatever the age you want to proclaim yourself, to have this conversation? Because we ain't going to have long-winded discussions. Nope, absolutely not. And for those that don't, please support the channel, because as you know, I'm running this. You're not gonna see no things pop up because I want to lay out the context as truth, as raw as I could be. All right. Well, he gonna lose his train of thought because you know firsthand, if you're open a panel and you have these conversations, bro, you hear these people run their goddamn mouth for more than 2 minutes. I say, if you have a train of thought issue, I think you need to sit down, brace yourself, take a deep breath like this, and think clearly of what you're about to say. That will eliminate loss of thoughts. Got it? Good. All right, let's go. Fairies.
That I have self.
You call me emasculated. You call me emasculated. That's not.
No, I did not call you emasculated, my brother. I said the opinion that you shared today was
that's not respectful.
Was an opinion
that was not respectful.
Illustrated
that was not
by
respectful.
a perspective
that was
of
not
a
respectful.
emasculated man. That's what I said.
Respectful.
So I didn't call you emasculated. I said your perspective was a perspective of an emasculated man. So I don't know you to call you emasculated, my brother, but your talking points are very emasculated, right? And that's what I'm speaking towards. So what I'm saying is, if we go back into the history and we're trying to discern why the black man is not on his rightful place, is because the black man decided to turn away from righteousness and turn towards degeneracy, right? Drugs. You got the crack epidemic in the 80s, right? Black men decided to start leaving the houses of worship, right? While the black woman stayed, right? And what the black men started to do was creating other families outside of his own family, right? The man started stepping outside of the home, right? Which created this schism, right? And then now the black man decided to make this mess upon the family. The black woman had no recourse but to get out there and provide more income and assets for the family to survive, right? You see, the black men blame the black woman for accepting welfare, right? But the problem is the black woman would have never had to accept welfare if the black man was on his rightful agenda, providing income and wealth, right? But that wasn't the case. That wasn't happening, right? So now, even when you see it today, you go into the houses of worship, whether it's the Nation of Islam, whether it's the Christian churches, whether it's the Hebrew Israelite establishments, you're going to see more black women than you see black men. You go into the institutions of higher learning where black men and black women have an opportunity to increase their education level. You talk about how it's important for black men and black women to be well read, right? Well, that's what they teach you to do when you're going to get a further education. And what do you see on the enrollments? More black women than black men. You go into the Barnes and Nobles where men and women are seeking knowledge and trying to be well-read, buying the books, reading the books, absorbing the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. What do you see? More black women than black men, right? So unless you're going...
Now, for those that's listened to this, have y'all guys fell asleep yet? I almost fell asleep. Listen to this bullshit. They said they go to school in libraries. Black people not reading adequately and not reading enough. Matter of fact, black people not do much reading at all, to be honest with you. I'm not sure where this brother's talking about that. Anytime when we hear these jokers talk about this stupid shit, right? Ask him, what are the books that women read on the average? Because now we got to deal with the medium, not just the general, but the medium. I'll tell you what books they read. They read fuckery books, like sex books, non-fictional, I think it's non-fictional or fictional books, right? That don't really stimulate or educate or broaden their minds. They read books that are more in the realm of entertainment. Second to going on social media and looking at and posting nonsense. So be careful when you hear these dudes talking about educational in a way, because black people today, when we look at education today, we always got asked, you in the school getting degree in what? Right? In what? Because last time I checked, most of the degrees that most of us Harvard are not really that good. Personally. Not the thing that society needs. You know. If you stay and did the full 4 years, which most people, if we talk about women, don't really go all the way through college. You know, some will drop out, which they don't talk about. And you know, if they do stay in it, they get a degree that's not really much useful in the long run, on the average. But you see, a lot of black men think that these women are in school, so they're doing something that, I mean, that's nice, but is it really progressing the race forward? No. Every other race is in school too, and the women are in school more than the men, but the men still are able to function in society. To the ones that do, it's good, and the ones that aren't, they find ways to make ends meet. So that's something to think about. All right, let's keep going.
To acknowledge that the black man had become wayward, the black man had become distracted, the black man had become irresponsible. The black man has become less disciplined, right? Which gave the black woman no choice, no recourse, but to pull the mantle and pull it forward so that the black community did not go to a demise, and they did a great job keeping us in a place where we are today. Then you can't come on and now.
And what is that place we are today, young brother or older brother? I don't know who the hell you are. I mean, I wish the elder would sit there and really ask these legit harsh questions, in my opinion. I want to know, I want to hear what is this place? You know, the funny thing about all this, the pandering, as I see it move forward, is just on an all-time high. And it's not going away anytime soon. Some of these, when you hear them open their mouth, it's like, who is your audience? Who are you speaking to in general? I'm curious. Anyhow, let's keep listening.
Now and say, well, no, the black woman needs to step aside, and now the black man got to get his role because the black woman, no. What you should be advocating for, sir, is for the black man to acknowledge his shortcomings, see the error in his ways. 2 Chronicles 7:14, God even says, if my people who are called by my name would seek my face and humble themselves, pray, turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven. Then I will forgive their sin. Then I will heal their land. This is what you should be saying for the black man to do. Recalibrate your value system. Remove lust and degeneracy from the top of your value system and replace it with God. Add some honor, integrity, self-discipline, self-respect, self-reflection, emotional intelligence, stoicism, right? Then you can put yourself forward to be a good leader, and that's when you can provide a vision and plan for the black woman to follow you, right? But if the black woman has recalibrated her value system, if the black woman has got her education, if the black woman has found her own lanes of success, then why would you expect her? It's unfair, and we gotta do better in terms of what we're advocating for online, because we sound weak, we sound pitiful, and we sound like we just don't know what we're talking about. But peace and love, my brother.
I got some for you, my good dear brother. I hope you're a black man, and hope that you're not an older black man. This song is for you.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
For those that want to hear that song again, throw super chat. Anytime you hear some bullshit, throw some in the pot. I'm gonna let this song rip for the remainder of this stream. I don't give a real talk. Let's keep going.
He's good. Go ahead, BGS. Anything you want to say, respond.
And one thing, have you noticed this man did not give his age? Have you noticed that he was running his whole mouth for the last 5 or 6 goddamn minutes? Jesus Christ. Really, brother? And not only that, you going into the so-called book we call the Bible and running scripture. Now you're going to slap scripture on the black man. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Wow. No wonder the black woman busted wide open for Pookie and Ray Ray. I tell you, man, it seems to amaze me, real talk. Man, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
I look forward to your research. I hear your opinion. I look forward to your research. Okay? Show me. I got an email. I got a channel. Show me your books. Show me your research. Mine's still, I did 10 years of research. Show me yours. Because everything you said, I've heard before. Show me your research. Put it on the wood. Because I'm 65. I grew up during the 70s. I know exactly what happened. Okay. And we had to dig up and find out exactly how come civil rights didn't go the way it's supposed to go. We dug it up. Find out what happened. Same thing happening with DI right now. Okay. It's supposed to be for inclusion. It's supposed to uplift underserved people. It doesn't. Why doesn't it? I read the book. I do the research. I dig through this stuff. I got 10 PhDs that I work with that do this stuff in real time. Okay. Now, if you have that, you got the research. I'm in the pro-black sector because I got researchers on that side. Okay. If you got the research, you got the books, dig them up and show it to me.
And then you will advise black men to become leaders if the research?
Yeah, if you show me the research, if you can show me the research and you can dig it up, if you can do the level of research that I've done and show me, yeah, I'll change my stance.
So you can't just tell men and teach men
No,
elders
no.
how to be leaders?
You asked me what I would need from you
Yeah.
to change my stance, right?
Fair.
I just told you.
That's
And
fair.
then I asked you another question.
No. You asked
One
me.
question.
I answered the
Listen, you're
question
not
that you
the
gave
only
me.
old person on this panel. Now I've heard some
I,
things that you said that don't make sense, but I'm not gonna
it,
argue them.
okay. If you can show me,
Okay, now I need to show you something.
if you can show me the research and show me where I'm wrong, please do.
Okay, well, you've been proven wrong many times, but
Where?
okay. But anyway, we're gonna keep the conversation going because
We
you know
keep the
exactly who
conversation
I
going
am, and you know I know who you are too.
because I have people all over the world. Okay,
People.
Listen, over here, as much as we want to admit it, unless you show some article, a book, whether you read it all the way or not, some to really to push back the argument is all bullshit at the end of the day. That's why I have to be very careful when I lay out certain information. If I find it, I'll present it. I'll probably read it on air, maybe, because I don't want to sit there just running my mouth and then say, we're just gonna move on, and then someone's wrong. It sounds stupid at this point. Hell, you don't want a man tell you ladies that you're wrong, and you ask to show some, and you present evidence, and I can't show evidence. I will look like a fool. So the respect is present your argument with some form of evidence. This will debunk and shut a lot of things up, for lack of better words. All right, let's keep going.
All over the world.
You always got some people.
All over the world. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That say that I'm accurate. Okay. Not just here.
Okay.
Give me two names.
Hold on, KT the Ghost. All right, so he answered whether it's
in fact, something I said 5 years ago. Steve Bannon just said in an interview to what's his name, to the New York Times about Humans 2.0. I said that 5 years ago to Nicole.
Find the clip
Ali,
and bring it to us.
to Ali, who's the genetic scientist, who's a genetic engineer. Okay.
Right. So find the clip and bring it and show it to us.
Absolutely, bring it to us, and so we would love to break that clip.
Is it really worth my time?
I believe so. I believe we
have. Tell me why it's worth my time.
I believe we're having a productive conversation. We are opposed. We believe that moving with men and making men recalibrate their value system is important, and you seem like you
believe it. What I want to know is show me the research and show me the methods, okay? Because I've heard this.
Right, and all you have to do is simply walk outside of your home and go to the Barnes and Noble, go to the library, and see who is there getting the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Go to the houses of worship and take roll and see how many black men are there versus black women.
I've been to the houses of worship.
Go to the institutions of higher learning.
I have been to the institutions of higher learning. I have 10 PhDs, sir. I have 10 PhDs. My main guy.
So what I'm saying is, you're asking us to show you research, and we're telling you that in 2025 we're not in the 1970s. You could go outside of your home and do your own research and see that it's not the black woman's fault that the black man is.
It amazed me at me just going back and forth with these dudes. I mean, I get headaches. Just I couldn't do it personally, because real true, they want to argue down the teeth with their emotions. We got to deal with the logic at the end of the day, and most of them not ready to really deal with the logic at hand. Unfortunately, and this is sad. This is very pathetic, in my opinion. This is getting pathetic. Personally, I thought usually some black men generally are more better than this. They act like women, personally. I don't know what to say, man. It's crap at the end of the day, man. I'm disappointed, personally. I'm just disappointed. Anyhow, let's keep going. There he is.
I
Okay.
just have a
Show me
question.
your research.
It's men like
Show
you
me your
who are at
research.
fault because you
Show
are
me your
lying to these
research.
black men, keeping them in
This
this
is what I always come
emasculated
across
state
with
and telling them
okay.
to continue to
What I always
blame
come
the
across
black
with
woman.
you don't
Sir,
have any
you
solid
are the
research.
problem.
Okay,
You
You don't have
all
a
are the
solid
issue.
Okay,
research.
all right, all
You
right, all
are
right,
the
all
one that
right,
needs
all
to
right.
That's not
Okay,
recalibrate
hold
your
on,
value
hold
You
on,
ain't got no
system.
everybody,
solid
hold
Peace and
on.
research.
love.
That's the problem.
Okay, hold on, BGS. Hold on, everybody. I understand we getting heated. So, BGS, you saying you yourself hold 10 PhDs?
I didn't say no. I said I have 10 PhDs that are in my panel, right? With
Oh, you
come out
mean
with their names, okay?
and that work with you?
They
10
work with
different
me. Yeah.
people.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. No,
Where's your PhD?
You only got
I just
one,
wanted,
Yes.
Ron.
One at a time.
I just wanted to clear that. I just wanted to clear that part up. Okay, so all right, so you're saying you got 10 people that's a part of your
Yeah.
group that have
Yeah.
PhD. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clear that part up. All right, so the problem with the research part. So you saying the research that you have is saying that women are the one that need to lead the black community?
No, but what I'm saying is, what did I say? They need to either lead, follow, get out of the way. Okay, right now, especially since the last election, right? Black women actually want to lead.
Right. Okay. So I have a question. So if it's okay, so black women need to lead, follow, or get
Yeah,
out
get
of the
out of the
way.
way. Yes.
Right. Okay. So we and you say like that's part of the source of black men's disempowerment. Please mute
Yes.
Big J. We hear his
That's
breathing over
part of it.
everybody.
That's part of it.
Please mute him. Wait,
You're
just
not
mute
gonna be
him.
disrespecting.
All right,
Big
Big
J,
J.
Come
All
on.
relax,
right, Big J.
please.
Okay.
All right,
So,
Big J. You can have it, Big J. I'm gonna leave. Okay.
no, sir.
No,
See,
no,
can I
don't leave.
No,
finish?
Big J.
God damn it, man. God damn it. Porn X came in the building, tried to crash the party, and he got the boop. Shout out to the hosts of the show. I mean, listen, you know, it amazed me for certain content creators that have been doing it for as long as he's been doing it. You think he would have a much stronger audience if he'd been doing YouTube since 2005. And come to find out, you know, he had his troubles. Like most content creators, I understand. But what you have to show for it? Nothing. Nothing. You should be much bigger than BGS. Hell, bigger than my channel, personally. And I've not been doing this long enough, personally. But like I said, he insert himself in these conversations because he wants to argue down the bone, and that's not going to work. So I respect the co-host of his stream that had BGS on. Let's keep going.
I'm gonna leave.
Hold on.
We don't get along.
Hold on.
We don't get along.
Oh, okay, understood. Yeah.
Okay, well, we
So
dropped him.
if you're gonna start up, I'm gonna leave. Okay, because we're not even supposed to be speaking because he's supposed to have banned me from his channel a month ago. Okay.
Well, we don't like him either. So
Yeah, I think he did, but the problem is that he has a certain infatuation with you, BGS. That's why he still pops up from time to time. Okay, he just want to hear himself talk. He want to hear himself argue against you. He's known for arguing with people. I noticed that. Hey, let's keep going.
All right. So Big J, if you want to just interrupt, Big J, we trying to, even though it's a very difficult
please just leave him
conversation.
down.
I don't know why it's so
Please just leave him down.
Right. So even though, because I want to give BGS credit that it's not an easy conversation and he's working his way through it. So appreciate that, BGS. Go ahead, Diva, and ask your question.
Okay, so we can look around. How do you explain the fact that we can look around the world, and so even on the continent, right, where the women follow, the men are still disempowered. So everywhere you are disempowered, regardless of what your women are doing. So how would you explain that?
Okay, you understand the white supremacy, right, and how the world works, right?
Right. And so what I'm pointing out is your women aren't the problem.
No,
you got to fight that white man to figure out how to win. That's your problem.
Okay, so
We can't fight him
we
alone.
have to figure out how to fight the white man, the one that's stomped over the world for the last 20 years. That
Yep.
one?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's all for naught if you can't defeat him. We still end up in the same cycle because he can turn you every which way but lose.
Well, then there's no sense in working on this, is there?
Well, if you say so, right. But thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, all right. So, BGS. The only problem I really have is that so when the black women decide they're going to get out the way. So let's just say they do decide, we can get them to decide to move out the way.
Right.
Okay. So let's just say let's have a hypothetical if you don't mind.
Okay. Make it make sense. Okay.
Let's just say we could get because it's starting to move in that way where black women are saying that, hey, we're going to get out the way of black men's plight.
Well,
right?
go ahead and answer his question. Let him ask his question, okay, before y'all jump in. Please let him ask his question, please, okay?
He just said if they got to fight the white man, it ain't no point.
Let him finish his question.
But I just want us to understand that that's what he said.
Okay. Is this what we're gonna do, y'all?
I'm
trying to get the essence of what his question. He's going to ask me a question. Trying to get the answers of his question. Okay, can you please let him get it out?
So after they move and get out the way, what would be the message?
Well, you know, that's the consequence you find yourself when you up here debating with these chicks. You know, like literally, you're arguing with them, and they're gonna push back. They're gonna fight back. They want to be or need to be right. Shame, guilt, insults need to be right. So you know, you're winning. You're fighting a losing battle. Personally, I mean that's how I see it. I mean, what more can I say? I mean I don't know if I want to go back and forth, but that's between Mr. Egmore and who's on the panel. Let's keep going.
To the men and how we're going to move forward to take control of the community.
Okay. Once we know that the women are going to get out of the way or either follow or get out of the way, right? Okay. Now I can come to the men and say, hey, you know what? They out. Okay. They're not going to be in your way. They're not going to be roadblocks to you. They're not going to be impediments to you, right? They're going to sit back and see what you do. Then I can go to the men and say, hey, you know what? It's on us now. Okay. And we, so all the things that we have lined up to do, all the plans we have lined up to do, they're going to actually follow you for a change. Okay. They're actually going to get on your program and follow you. Okay. So if you need your boys to be educated to the best extent possible, which they already should be, there's no way that 10% of the boys should, black boys should not read the grade levels. Okay. You know, it should be like 90% instead of 10%. Right. So in other words, we're going to start schools. We're going to replace all the black female teachers with black male teachers, or send all the black boys to all black male schools. To be taught by black men and have this particular curriculum, okay? And the women are not going to get in the way. They don't keep the white woman out of our business, okay? Because if you guys come in, she's gonna come in behind you.
But BGS, do you realize y'all could do this right now? So if you start your own schools, as long as you aren't taking any federal funding, then you can make your own.
Now you see what she did. You see what she did. She said, well, you black man, you take your scrappy little money and start your own school. I don't know how that works nowadays for most of you Negroes. Wasn't it the good Dr. Omar Johnson, as scheming and scamming as he is, because he's not gonna let the school's not gonna take off. Let's keep real. Isn't he out for his way getting money donations from you black women to try to establish a school system? I don't know how that's been going well. I wonder. Because I don't know why black man needs to be taking his old coins to establish those schools to teach boys. Like literally. It should be, the community should be scrapping their money to see the betterment of young black boys that will be the future black men tomorrow. But no, they're not doing it. You see, it's all cap. It's all bullshit conversation. It's all just run their goddamn mouths. Hey, let's keep going.
Curriculum.
Oh, and please, guys, like the stream. I see more people watching. It'll go a long way to hit the like. Like is free. All right.
You can staff the school with whomever you want. So y'all could do this right now, and there's nothing stopping you from doing it.
And basically, what country runs on private schools and succeeds?
No, it's not about a country.
None. And if there is some, you're gonna have to leave a comment and name me these schools, where they are, what city, and I will look them up. And it better be established and still run for the last 13 years, not 5 or 6. I want it to be over a decade. That is the challenge I pose to those people that said it. There's schools out there that's run privately with money of the so-called community, particularly black men on money. Let's go.
Country, we have a public school system, but if you want to be able to have your own curriculum, staff the school with who you want to, you're not going to be able to do that and get federal funding, right? There are certain rules and laws that you have to follow when you get federal funding. So I'm saying y'all can do it now, but there are plenty of the most prestigious people typically come from private schools. So we can certainly have a set of black private schools and have, I believe in separate education for boys and girls up to a certain point. So I'm with you on that. Have male teachers in it, but you could do this now. There's
the federal government is already behind it. Okay. In fact, the school in Detroit that black women killed was actually advocated by George Bush the first. Okay.
Right. So how did the black women kill it?
They went to court and they went to federal court.
Right.
Stop it. Okay.
Right, because there were if you get federal funding, there are certain laws you have to follow. That's why they were able to stop it.
They followed the law. Okay. And
well,
black
then
women,
how did it get stopped? BGS.
Huh?
You can do it if you want to. Y'all, you coming from a position of weakness, and that's what annoys me.
Listen to
and
me.
I get as a 65-year-old man, you have been smacked down so much by
why did black women?
Sir,
hold on. Why did black women file the lawsuit?
Okay. All right. So before it breaks down, this is
why it's not going to go anywhere. But go ahead.
So
because you're committed to being a victim. You're committed to being a victim.
Okay, fine.
And you said if you got to fight the white man, then fuck it, right? And so ultimately, that's what it's going to come down to. You have to fight the white man. You cannot spend your entire life fighting your women.
We can't fight the white man alone. We need.
All right, hold on.
Now y'all need the women to fight the white man.
All right. So we got his stance. Okay,
that's what it means.
You went to right.
All right. Hold on. Hold on. This is wild.
And before we move,
you know what?
Yes, this is funny. I'm enjoying this. The white man. You must fight, Mr. Charlie. Don't worry about if I'm in the bag getting banged out by Mr. Charlie or giving him and becoming his throat goat. Just fight him, and eventually he'll win. Man, amazing. It amazed me sometimes. I just got laughed to it. Anyhow, let's keep going.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop off, man, and so you can get your program back on course.
No,
okay?
BGS, you
no. In other words, this is why I don't come up on these programs, is because it breaks down into this. Okay?
Because you have to debate someone.
I'm coming to your page, BGS. I'm gonna come over to your page.
This is what's going on right now. Okay.
You gonna let me up when I come over to your page, BGS?
Huh?
You gonna let me up on your panel when I come up?
That's why I will listen to you.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna come over there.
In fact, I have a whole women's channel. You want to come to that one too?
Yeah, I'm gonna come to that one too. Put it in the back chat.
Okay, it's called BGS for women. You don't have to, you can look up yourself. Okay. You should have nothing but women. A whole women's channel. Bob Sherry can tell you about it.
Yeah, that's hold on. Before I don't want like.
If you want to uninterrupted,
we got to a point where they both understand each other and they know that we're just having a strong conversation. BGS, we have strong conversations. We are not scared to have a strong disagreement. So I understand for a lot of people, the first time here is a little rough and they think that is going a negative way, but we just communicate very strongly and aggressively. It's we just disagree.
You could disagree. Okay, there's a way to disagree. Okay,
fair enough. I believe Afro, if you got a few more minutes, I'm sure how you.
I hope that BGS can remain because I have a lot of respect for his channel.
Okay,
I'd like to.
Afro Nerd would like to ask you something, I'm sure.
Well, look, BGS represents his scholarship really can't be contested, and I guess my concern is why is there this animus towards having black male spaces? And I saw this going back to the Million Man March where Mr. Farrakhan has said, "Hey, look, we got to get this, we got to figure this out," and sisters were like, "Hey, we want to come too," and I was like, "Well, this is." Going into the cave and we're trying to figure it out for you, and you can't necessarily. We don't really need you for this. We respect that women have to have a time to figure things out for themselves. But when it's time for men to do this, especially black men, you start getting this friction. You know, all that
You were telling untruths.
I'd like to complete my thought. So what I'm saying is, President Obama had his program,
yes,
My Brother's Keeper, and right away, where's the one for the women?
Yeah.
You know, also there's a thing, Matt Walsh. I'm not really a supporter of Matt Walsh, but I saw something that I think might even be a white male iteration of this.
Yeah.
There's this whole thing about this, and I'll be quick. This whole thing about this woman writing a letter to social media about how her husband wanted to conduct an outing with their son and nephew, right, as a male bonding thing, but the mother was upset that, well, why can't you include your daughter for this? And the man said, hey, look, you know, my nephew's father isn't there. I have my son. Let's conduct some kind of male bonding thing. She wanted to just completely forget about that. We don't care about you having male bonding. And then on top of that, they got rid of the Boy Scouts. There's no Boy Scouts. So we're seeing this thing where men are not allowed, even cross-racially, to figure it out. You can critique the black manosphere, but there should be something called the black manosphere. That's what I don't understand. I see like we just don't want brothers to get together to figure out their problems. Am I wrong on this or what?
I think you're absolutely wrong. I think you're absolutely wrong. I guess Bomb Cherry been very patient. I'm gonna get you right in after Bomb Cherry Brownsville. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, I just want to say that he's not being genuine. So the Million Man's March, it was lots of men, more men.
You guys still here? Y'all still listening? Hope you guys liking the stream so far, man. Anything you have in the comment section or the chat room, put it in now. I'm gonna start reading some chats and stuff. Super chat more better, but I'll start looking at the chat room if you have any opposition or questions. All right, let's keep playing.
And a small portion of women went out there. The black women was very supportive of the Million Man March, and that's mostly who was out there, right? But it fell apart because y'all had no plan. When you mentioned the Boy Scouts, why did the Boy Scouts end? And by the way, it wasn't even many black boys participating in that, right? But you know, they was doing some things with little boys. So I'm just wondering, like, y'all, you saying things that's just not true. Even with My Brother's Keeper, black women we can come up with money and funding. You know why? Because we are readers. We will figure the government out. We will have our daughters getting support. But y'all want us to do it for the boys too, instead of you all doing it. So that's all I have to say about that. Okay.
Can I respond to that?
Let Brownsville jump in. I know you can hold your thought. I want to also get AR in there as well. But
can I get in, please? Just get a spot.
I got you, KT.
Cuzzo, let Afro Nerd respond, and then I'll go after Afro Nerd.
Okay, try to keep as brief as you can, Afro Nerd.
Right. I have a lot of respect for Bomb Cherry, right? So this is not like any kind of hate towards her or animus, right? But my issue is that you seem to believe in this idea of flat blackness, that there isn't some differences as to how black males are treated versus black females, right? You could even kind of add LGBT males on that as well. That there's always been this campaign against black males specifically. So when you say that, well, we do it our way, why can't you do it like how we do it? Well, they allow you to do it. You're being sponsored, right? You have financial institutions sponsoring you. There's no equivalent for black men like that. It's always black men have to get it out of the mud, but while sisters, and I'm not hating on them for that, they get special consideration from the government and from the corporate structure. There's nothing analogous for that for men. And as far as the Million Man March, yes, why did there have to be a set of women who had to respond to, we're going to come too? I can't imagine a black female version of that where black men are going to bogart their way into a black women's time. That's all I'm saying. It's not the same.
Wearing dresses, yeah, they would.
Okay.
Straight black men. Straight black men.
Perfect. Go ahead, Brownsville.
Yeah, so Afro Nerd, that was a very disingenuous argument to suggest that black men no longer have the autonomy to lead, to organize, to teach, et cetera, right? Because we know that black men aren't stifled from doing that. You got several black male organizations, you know, such as Alpha Phi Alpha, Omega Psi Phi, Cap with the Kappas. They're going out there in the community, organizing, teaching, motivating, et cetera, et cetera. The problem is those organizations are few and far between because the black man, right, decided that they wanted to follow behind degeneracy. So when it comes to degeneracy, when it comes to black men linking together to put together a nightclub or put together a strip club or participate in some degenerate activity, you don't find many people saying, oh no, I don't want to engage in that, I don't want to do that, right? The priorities of black.
Let me pause right there. I'm trying to understand about this degeneracy this man talks about, because there are some black men out here that are engaged in degenerate acts, right? Was it all black men? Not really. But to his point that he's going through a biblical times. And one thing, Amiri, what you listen to that gentleman that's speaking right now, he's a Hebrew Israelite. Because I got the notion as man reference Bible verse and all stuff. And we all know how those dudes rock or how they get down. Literally. Keep that in mind. Anyhow, let's keep going.
Men are not aligned. The priorities of black men are not in order, right? And it's too many black men who are speaking from an emasculated point of view, blaming the woman, blaming the white man, blaming the white woman. You want to blame everybody but yourself. And what we should be calling for black men to do is to look in the mirror and undergo some self-reflection, right? See the error in your ways and then turn, right? Get some knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Go get some education behind you. Find your ambition, right? And then you don't have anything that's stopping you from being a leader but yourself. And then to BGS's point, real quick to land it, when it comes to black men being able to teach the black boys, teaching, my brother, starts at home, right? And I personally don't rely on the school system to teach my son how to become a productive man in this society. I myself don't rely on my wife, who is an educator, by the way, to teach my son how to become a productive man in this society. I teach my son how to become a productive man in this society. I am mentoring right now about 10 youth, and I am teaching them how to become a productive man in this society, right? So black men do not have to be emasculated. Black men are not maligned. Black men are not being hindered from being a leader, from being an organizer, or from being teachers. The only thing that's hindering black men from doing those things are black men. Peace and love.
All right, can I respond to that? And I'll be brief. Okay,
That's very difficult for you to be brief. I wanted to get random independent here, but go ahead, Afro Nerd.
Yeah, before you respond, make sure you guys hit the like button. And y'all know what time it is.
I want my money. I told you.
Where is my money?
Betty. Bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
What do you mean everyone?
Everyone!
Support the channel, the super chat or the cash app. Let's go.
And random independent, you could jump right after BGS. You let me know if you want to jump in.
What I'm saying is, you know,
well.
I can say something real quick. Okay, that's what he just said. I know about 20 people that do that. That stuff doesn't scale. Okay, doesn't scale. Doesn't fix the problem.
Okay.
I've heard many guys just like him say the exact same thing. That stuff does not scale.
Okay. Go ahead, Afro.
And to chime in with what BGS is saying, you're saying that I'm being disingenuous, but I guess my issue is I don't see the Goldman Sachs equivalent of sponsorship for black men.
And
so
when you want white men to give you money?
God,
you used to be accepting of it, though. You can't critique black men for wanting these things when you are receiving them.
Yes, because we're women.
Let me tell you something. You know why they will say this? Because they like the trinkets from Master. They love Zaddy. They said, no, let Zaddy give me everything while you get nothing. And you ask her, so you want Zaddy to give you some? Damn, some of these women are groomed well in this society. No wonder they accept the concubine role. I now understand it now. Usually any race of people should frown upon taking money from any outsider, personally, but not this community. And they wonder why we stay in the place. And what I mean by taking money from outsiders, let's be clear here. Black people owe reparations. Period. You're entitled to that. Now, I hear things floating around that black people might not get it, whatever. Well, way how the government's going to do it, or what they're trying to do, is if they don't absorb you force or absorb you into the system genetically, they're going to start paying out one way or the other. So they're going to pay regardless. Don't be fooled. There is a spiritual consequence if you don't pay the descendants what's rightful theirs. Let that sink in. All right, let's go. Fairies.
I like
men are supposed to provide for women. Men don't provide
for
men.
There we go.
So you want the white man to provide for black men? Is that what you asking for? Is that the crux of the problem? The white man ain't providing.
Do we provide for y'all, or do y'all do it yourselves?
We do it ourselves.
It's called doing what's best for the culture, no matter who gets what. Okay. Because the white woman shares with white woman gets something, she put her white man on. Okay. She will.
So y'all want us to take care of y'all. That's basically what you upset about.
Black women. Okay. Well, fine. Okay. That's what
okay. We almost there. All right. So
Afro, you're not gonna go anywhere.
You got a lot more Afro.
Yeah, because I was interrupted.
Just trying to keep
and that's right. But look,
I want to hold on, Afro.
Either we're going to be adults, and we're going to be able to handle what we.
Afro nerd, please, just try to get to the conversation. Let's try to not.
But I'd like to respond the way I'd like to respond, respectfully. Please, there's always respect with me.
I need you to listen.
From my side, respect.
I need you to listen. If you want to be respectful, then you need to.
You get this, BGS.
Look, but no, hold on. But
he wanted this. That's why he invited me on. He wanted this conversation, and basically, I said, "Are you ready for this?"
So,
and I don't think he is. But go ahead.
Okay, so all I'm saying is this: you can't be critical of black men for something that you are receiving, and then asking us that why we can't receive the same thing. You can't say, why are you doing X, Y, and Z while being a recipient of certain advantages. So and then asking us to, if you allow me, I see you kind of chomping at the bit. I know it's painful, but what I'm saying to you is this: you're talking about being independent, and then at the same time, you're not truly independent. You are receiving assistance. And even with what Brownsville told me, everything sounded like strivership. Wow. It's still black men getting it out the paint, but everybody else, all these other disenfranchised groups except black men, are not getting it out the paint. So let's keep it 1,000. And we need to be able to have respectful conversations about what is actually happening with us. And we also have to be respectful that black men are actually improving. We're going to HBCUs, we're going to PWIs, we're getting degrees. There are hack houses where black nerds are doing their thing. It's just that the commercialization of dysfunction is problematic, right? But this idea that black men are completely losing, that's not that doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But this whole thing about berating black men and not allowing them to have spaces so they can figure it out, and conflating straight black men strivership with the LGBTQ thing is nasty work. So that's all. Okay. They got matter of fact, they got their own thing going successfully. It's time for straight black men to do what they got to do.
Afro-nerd. So the
I know
problem
it's painful.
is that,
I know it's painful.
Afro-nerd. The problem that nobody is saying.
The problem is I got to be wrong. That's what's going to happen.
No.
I got to be wrong.
No, the problem
for this show to work.
Respect.
Well, you know, that's the whole point. You're gonna be wrong and demonized regardless in this society. That's for sure. That's definitely for sure. Don't be fooled. Do not be fooled. You know, hey, you gotta be a productive man in the society, regardless of the pushback. You know, it comes with territory. You know, it's not easy being a man, especially a black man in society. You know, the whole weight of the world is on you. You have enemies in all corners, ready and line up to take you down and end you. Black man, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Real talk. All right, guys.
BGS, right? I got you. Okay, I got to be wrong in order for the show
to
work.
Having a conversation. Relax. What the?
I get it. No.
Okay, relax, please. God damn.
No. I know the minstrel show quite well.
Oh my God.
Mantan Moreland.
So listen, you cannot be the person that's disrupting. You cannot be the man that's disrupting it and saying that you're trying to hold
PhD, aka LaWanda Page.
I haven't had to.
Esther goes off all the time.
I haven't had to mute nobody today. And why you the first one I have to mute? That don't make no sense. If you're gonna have a respectful conversation, don't blame somebody else for you not being respectful. This is insane. So again, what we are saying, nobody said that black men cannot get anything. We're just trying to understand what's going on. So therefore, the problem that we keep having, that me and the cuz and everybody else that disagrees with Afro Nerd, BGS, and clearly KT the GOAT, he probably is on y'all side as well, which is fine, is that y'all want to put somebody else in front of y'all movement, our movement, because it seems like we split down as two different sets of black men. But I think black men need to take the reins, take control, and move forward. And this way we can get whoever is going to be alongside of us to be alongside of us. We cannot keep waiting for somebody else to do something for us. It doesn't matter if all these other people got something. If they're not giving it to us, that's something that we have to deal with. It's not going to be easy. We have to move forward. We cannot complain and turn this into a complainers fan and say all the things we don't have. We have to move forward. Go ahead, AR.
Can I go after AR?
Yes. Yes. So we'll get AR, Diva, Bomb, and Cleddy Afro Nerd. Want to jump?
Quit skipping me, please. Let me say something.
I'm scared to let you say something, to be honest. Okay, I got you, KT.
KT can go if you want to go first. That's fine.
Absolutely not. If you skip,
okay.
I would like to point out.
No, KT, hold on.
Listen,
I've been quiet the whole time.
That's fine. That's good.
Okay. So I guess I don't really. I'm still trying to understand what Afro Nerd and BGS are saying, because I feel like they're kind of responding more so to like the issues they feel like, I guess, like people are saying, oh, black, because it seems like they're saying that they've heard that black men, or they feel like black men can't have their own space to talk about things without
because we're
other
not
people.
saying that. Right.
Yeah. But I haven't heard anybody say that. And so I feel like they're bringing stuff in that they feel from other times, and they're bringing it here, and it's not really answering like why women cannot be a participant in furthering the black community, which it seems like I heard BGS or maybe Afro Nerd say or whatever, and they're like, why do women always have to feel like they need to be included? Why do women always have to feel like they need to be included? Blah, blah, blah. And they're bringing up stuff about like somehow, some way, I've never heard this in my life. This is my first time actually hearing this, that black men don't get scholarships specifically for them. There's no corporate backing for black men, which is the exact argument that white men will use to say that the reason black people in general, because they don't usually specify, they say black people in general are getting these advantages now is because scholarships are based towards them as a whole people, not just black women. And so it's very similar to those arguments, and it doesn't make sense to me. So I was just trying to get some clarification on that. And then also maybe one of the reasons that you see a lot more of these maybe scholarships or loans going towards black women is because black women they didn't get the same rights that you got at the same time. Black women couldn't vote until the 60s. They weren't technically covered under the Reconstruction era. That was the whole thing. I mean, technically, yeah. So that's like that might be the reason why, is because black women were held down longer than black men. from that perspective. So they're playing catch up, and the reason that there are loans for minorities in general is because
yes. I hope your guys not falling asleep, because after all, some people be long-winded, but you gotta have the tolerance to deal with certain things. There are many books. I mean, I have some PDFs, some that I could probably lay out right now for you to look at, but that's gonna not be the premise of today's stream. A lot of detractors have these conversations with BGS for a while, and I think a lot of them have a certain affinity, affection for BGS now, because when he comes on uncharted territory, uncharted waters, that's when they're ready to say we're gonna pounce on you. Goddamn, I'm glad I don't got that type of power like that, or that reach. Kind of want nobody just pounce on me and ask me a whole bunch of dumb fucking questions, or quick questions, or questions after another question. I can't handle that. Oh no, I can't deal with that. Oh no, I was skedaddle with a quickness. Real talk. Anyhow, let's keep going.
minorities in general are playing catch up, and that's why those loans, those grants, etc., were targeted towards them. And now women are also doing that same thing, and they're getting loans and grants targeted towards them. But I'm really just, I'm just trying to get some.
Perfect. That's a good place. That's a good place to land. Hey, that was a perfect, beautiful. Go ahead, be just because we brought up a lot.
Could I share something with you, because this is Pauli Murray explaining exactly what went on with civil rights, okay, and why it was actually handed off to white women, okay? If you will allow me to share it, short. It's up to you. You're the host.
There's no music in it, right?
No music. This is Pauli Murray, right? She and Eleanor Roosevelt are the beginners of second wave feminism. Okay.
I don't think.
Hold on a second. Let me see. Let me find this video, guys. Of Pauli Murray. Let me see what this is. Where is the video? Where the hell is this video? Oh no, that's the wrong one. Hold on, I'm trying to find. What's clip grab? Oh, let me close that. Let me pull up some windows. Let me find it. I'm going to have to fast forward it, and let me see. Okay. Let me find the video. I want to mute myself, guys. 1 second. Okay, I found it. Let me see if I can share screen. Let me see if I can share this. Oh, it's on this channel. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna share that. I'm definitely gonna share it. 1 second. Let me pull up his channel. Yeah, definitely I gotta share that. I know he had it. All right, where is it? Where is he? That's master teacher. Where is BGS? Is this it? Nope. I might have to type it up. Yeah, I might have to type it up because it's not gonna pop up. No, it's gonna pop up. I'm gonna find it. Right, let's see, where is he? Come on, where the hell is BGS? Oh, here it is. All right. I'm going to pull up the Pauli Murray. It's a short. This is the one. All right, so let me share screen this to make things easier on y'all. There we go, guys. I'm not sure you guys gonna hear it, but yeah. We'll see how it goes. Let's play this. Let's play this. I'll make the volume go high. There we go. Let's go.
I don't think we are going to solve the question of racism until we solve the question of sexism, or until both are solved simultaneously. So that women's liberation, after many years of struggling with race liberations, women's liberation has become, in a sense, for me personally, a priority. The black male, like the black female, will not be liberated until we have a free society. It seems to me obvious by now that a 10% minority, even if it were 100% organized, in the economic and to some degree political and social powerlessness that Negroes have in this country today, cannot bring about a successful revolution, or I would prefer to say a successful transformation of society. The very weight of numbers and the very pervasiveness of the female presence, which cannot possibly be segregated, holds out, it seems to me, potential hope for a successful transformation of I don't think we are going to solve the question of racism until.
All right. So that's the one. Let's let the tape continue. Various.
We are going to solve the question of racism until we solve the question of sexism, or until both are solved simultaneously. So that women's liberation, after many years of struggling with race liberations, women's liberation has become, in a sense, for me personally, a priority. The black male, like the black female, will not be liberated until we have a free society. It seems to me obvious by now that a 10% minority, even if it were 100% organized, in the economic and to some degree political and social powerlessness that Negroes have in this country today, cannot bring about a successful revolution, or I would prefer to say a successful transformation of society. The very weight of numbers and the very pervasiveness of the female presence, which cannot possibly be segregated, holds out, it seems to me, potential hope for a successful transformation of I don't think we are going to solve the question.
Which is why they decided to hand off civil rights to white females. Okay.
Wait, who was she?
Wait.
Polly, look her up. She's Polly Murray. In fact, she's a confidant of Eleanor Roosevelt. Polly
Okay, so
Murray.
from her
Hold on. Let me finish. Can I finish? Is it okay if I finish?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Polly Murray and Eleanor Roosevelt actually started what we call now National Organization of Women. They actually brought together second wave feminism as a group. Okay. She and Eleanor Roosevelt are actually the mother of second wave feminism. Okay. And they're the reason that sex was actually put into the Civil Rights Bill. It wasn't supposed to be there.
Okay, so how did they get sex into the Civil Rights Bill?
Is because Eleanor Roosevelt, with her political power, and Polly Murray, the civil rights power is running cover. They got sex into the Civil Rights Bill. Okay,
who was Polly Murray in the civil rights world?
Polly Murray, she actually wrote a portion of the Brown versus Education stuff. Her and Thurgood Marshall actually went to school together at Howard. Okay. And Polly Murray has been was.
Before we continue, I'm gonna look up Polly Murray briefly. Polly Murray, is she a mulatto? All right. Who is Polly Murray? Murray. Okay, born Anna Paula Marie. She was American civil rights activist, legal scholar, author, etc., etc., etc. Her works are significant influence by the civil rights movement, expand legal protection, blah blah blah. Okay, let's keep going. And she has a doctorate in judicial science degree from Yale Law School. All right. Was she mixed? She mixed. Okay. All right. It said Paula Murray has mixed heritage. She was a descendant of Black American, both free and enslaved, Native American, and North Carolina slave owners. The diverse background played a significant role in shaping her understanding of race and identity. If you want to know more about the remarkable life of contributors, feel free to ask. Okay. All right. Let's look. Was her mother Black? All right. Yes, Pauli Murray's mother, Angus Fitzgerald Murray, was Black. Pauli Murray came from a diverse background with ancestors who were Black Americans, both free and enslaved. Okay. All right. Was her father white? Okay. All right. So it looks to me that she is somewhat mixed. They said she has mixed background, but both parents, the father's side, said he's mixed. But the mother is Black, but also mixed. So let's be clear here. And I have to intrude a little bit because a lot of Black men are going to say about this mixed woman. Do not be fooled. You ladies do have and will produce mixed children from other groups of men. The only reason why you're not demonizing is because she's upfront with pushing agendas that hurt the Black race to a degree. And I find it ironic. Black women have an issue when a Black woman is infecting the race in regards pushing policy and legislation that makes it more hurtful for them, but they have no problem with Kamala Harris, which she already has proven for her works that harm more Black people, especially Black men. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Wow. Let's keep going. Fair series.
Part of the 1930s, 40s, and 50s civil rights movement.
She was an attorney?
She was an attorney. She was a scholar. She was a teacher. She taught at elite institutions. She was a civil rights attorney. She went to Ghana and she taught civil rights over there. So Pauli,
so she helped Thurgood Marshall write the briefs for the Brown versus Board of Education.
A portion of his brief for Brown versus Board of Education was actually written by Pauli Murray.
Okay. Do we know which part?
I have to go back and look at it, but yeah.
Okay, because I'm just wondering, like, if she was big in civil rights and she wrote part of Brown versus Board of Education, were her feminist leanings apparent at that time?
Feminism as they were okay, but they weren't apparent to whom.
Just apparent, like people who know her. She
she was big in what we call the interim period, because after they got the vote in 1920, feminism kind of slowed down and died off for the most part. But yeah, she was in an inner circle of feminism. Her and Eleanor Roosevelt and a few others.
Okay, and so when the Civil Rights Act was passed,
yes,
the Blacks in the in Congress were overwhelmingly male, right? And
With
so
the few of them
how
that they
did
were,
she, huh?
the few of them that they were.
Right, the few of them that they were, but they were those that were there, and I
Mhm.
assume they were leading the charge, right?
Uh-huh.
And so she would have had to convince those men to include sex.
No, she didn't have to. Basically,
Oh, then she
what
could.
okay, basically, back, you got to remember, this is 1964. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. How many blacks were actually in Congress?
How many? You was alive, right?
I was alive when you had maybe 3 or 4
Okay.
out of 500.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who was pushing the bill through?
Basically, there was white female congressmen, and there was one Southerners that didn't want civil rights to actually go through. And they thought it was actually a joke. They thought it would actually kill the whole bill.
Mm. Okay, and so y'all allowed them.
There we go with y'all. Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
y'all
all
were
right.
there. Y'all were the ones there.
Okay,
There, if we weren't there, we couldn't be.
it's always Maine's fault.
No, because if we but if we can
Okay.
blame.
Yes, it is always Jermaine's fault. Have you not learned, Elder? You come on these little weak ass panels, and they're gonna point the finger at you because they want to be all exempt of any wrongdoing or involvement. Ain't that some? What's that video? Let me see. The video that they always say, like you always play, and it goes like this.
I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
And this goes out for you people out there that wants to, always say it's Jermaine's fault.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
All right, let's continue.
A black woman who was nowhere in there, then certainly the people who were there and were responsible for pushing the bill through Congress to get it passed and signed off this legislation, it would be their fault, right? Because she's outside of that process. So all she can do is try to use her influence, right? But they're inside the process. So they know the way the process works, right? And they should have even more influence. Right. Well, you should be listening, and if you're
I'm
listening,
but I'm listening, but
right.
you're telling me stuff. No, you're
But
telling me
the
stuff.
thing is,
You asked me
that's
questions.
the
You asked me
case,
questions.
no.
You tell a man that's older than you, it's how things used to goddamn work. The audacity, the disrespect. See, black man, this is why you don't get no respect, man. You on these panels with these harlots. The Jezebels. These women are just talking over you. It's disgusting. I'm ashamed. How dare you gonna talk over a man that could be your fucking father? How that work? How does that work? He lived this. He read books. He read newspapers. He read articles on this bullshit. You tell him so that he does not know. It's just asinizing. Anyhow, let's keep going, man. Fairies.
Oh, no. If that's the case, then certainly they should have had way more influence over what was going on, because they were inside. She could just talk to people outside, from the outside, right? And so
She's talking to the president's wife, though, PhD. That's
that
over
Roosevelt was the president.
No.
The Bill Act was passed. Was Roosevelt the president, or was it Lyndon B. Johnson? Oh, okay, because I think it was Lyndon B. Johnson, and so no, she wasn't talking to the president's wife, sir.
Do you know how politics works?
Sir,
Yeah, and
politics
right.
work.
Did
Okay.
those
All right.
black men know how politics work?
Just,
That was the question.
okay. All right. All right. All
Because
right.
they let
All right.
somebody come
I'll mute
in
up. Go
and
ahead and
take
talk,
over
baby.
what they
I want
created.
the questions. I want the questions to be answered if we can. So Diva, give them a question so you can answer, so they don't have to feel like they have to
She
jump
wants
in.
to make a statement. Let her make a statement. Okay.
Oh, ask the question.
Yeah,
Okay,
so this way
so
they don't have
how
to
is
jump
it
in.
that how is it that this mixed race woman was able to wield more power and influence from outside the process than the black males who were inside the process and should have been leading the process? Go ahead.
The black males were not inside the process. It wasn't her power. It was Eleanor Roosevelt's power, who actually led the party for a number of years. She holds a big place inside the Democratic Party. Okay. It was her influence that got it put through. Okay.
Well, you blamed it on that mixed race woman.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so
no, I did blame it on her.
Okay. All right. So,
If
I
you
didn't.
bring back up the video,
All right. All right.
caption on the video. Please bring back up the video so we can see the caption on the video.
I played her. I played her to tell you why civil rights, because black women were actually a big part of civil rights. Why this was handed off to white women, okay, where it should not have been.
But
Okay?
y'all let it. It was on your watch.
As he said, we had no power to stop it.
Okay.
Well, see, then y'all just,
All right.
that's all being
Okay, hold on.
It's all good.
Okay, so
It's
he's
all
all right.
good.
So we don't have to.
It's
okay,
all
hold on.
good. It's
So
all
we don't
good.
have to beat up on him, right? So it is what it is.
It's all good. It's
He's
all
saying
good.
he's self-admitting that they didn't have black men didn't have the power. All right, fine. We there. Black men didn't have no power. So now, what is it today that is stopping from? This the only issue that I really have, and it's not clicking for me, BGS.
Okay.
It's really not.
Okay.
Is why we cannot just go out there and move forward and fight. I want to know, what is this?
Go out, move forward.
This research that you got that says
okay, go out and move forward and fight what with what? Okay.
To move black men in a philosophy where we could take back our power and move forward.
And what are the forces that you're fighting against that don't want that to happen?
As of right now, I'm fighting against you believing that.
No. I said, what are the forces that I'm talking about?
Me personally? If you talking about me,
regardless.
So me personally.
Okay. Now you. We talk.
Hope you guys liking the stream as you comment in. I'm not looking back and forth with this. Please like the stream. I would surely appreciate it. Like the stream. Leave your comments, and I would like to hear y'all take in the comment section at the end of this video. All right, let's go.
As a whole, you personally, I can do a whole bunch of stuff.
Personally, okay.
Talking about a group, okay? We're talking about moving a group, okay?
So moving a group. The issue that I have when I'm speaking to young men, right, is that they believe in the thing that something is actually holding them back, and they cannot do anything about it.
Okay.
And the main issue I have is that we got to break that psychological thought pattern.
How?
Philosophy.
How?
Right? By first of all, talking to our young men and not giving them some kind of out to say that, hey, yes, you cannot move forward. As long as we have men that they look up to, pushing out the narrative that something else, besides them in themselves, is holding them back, is the issue I have.
Okay. How much time do you spend talking to these young men?
Very often when I'm on a construction site is I'm anywhere between 10 to 15 guys at the
and they're already grown, right? These are all grown men, right? Okay.
Yes, anywhere between 18 to 32.
So in other words, what happens to that little boy from the time that he's 3 or 4 to the time he gets 18?
Good question.
That is before me.
That's before you. So in other words, you ever heard, I think this is Fichte said it, I think it came from Socrates, right? You give me the boy at 7, I give you the man.
Okay.
In other words, how do you so from time he's 1 or 2, especially when he goes to school at 5, right? 3 or 4 or 5 years old, right? He's been programmed. How do you deprogram all these men afterwards? After the BIOS has already been set. How do you actually go in and actually deprogram all these men?
Perfect. So when we are encountering these type of men that have this faulty ideas and ideologies, right? We got to be the thing that they see moving forward. So a thing that I get a lot of these young black men to move forward is that they see me not cowering to the white men that think that they are in control of something. It's so crazy that in today's day and age, last summer of June, some white dude came on a job, started talking crazy. I said, "Excuse me," and I put him in his place.
Okay.
And these black men look, these young black men looked at me like they never seen a black man stand up with a backbone before.
Okay.
And they said, "Who the fuck are you?"
Okay.
And then from then I started mentoring. They started calling me all the time. I got them into different positions in different companies, and they getting their PMPs. They never even heard of a PMP before, right? And they getting the research, and they tell me, "Thank you, I didn't even know these things exist." It changed their philosophy. Just seeing me be a black man of backbone changed their fucking philosophy. And I did not just cower and say, "Hey, I'm running this." No. We need to be met and show them that physical vision of a strong black man, whatever that is to them, whatever that gotta be. We gotta make a decision as black men, as the elder black men. And I'm not even that fucking old, 43. That we gotta be that representation and not walk back and say,
"Well, you're middle aged now, so you're getting there, but still is, how can I say, a youth that's in their 20s, roughly, because if you're doing constructors, they have the ears and eyes and mouth to really listen to what you have to say, because you're more of a seasonal gentleman, so you do have some leverage because you're a little older. Only problem I have is, do you have the right youth that's around you that's willing to listen to your instructions? Because you got to keep in mind, a lot of youth today have been groomed and raised by mostly their mothers. And we all know how mothers are raising their sons, or if they're doing raising, let's be honest. Their sons are going to grow up to not take orders or have a certain hatred to other black men, for those that know. And I am telling the honest truth. You might think it's wrong, but you see it firsthand. Let's keep going. Various. Let me see how much more left. All right. This is almost going to wrap up, so let's keep going.
It's okay to be weak.
Okay. I wish you luck.
I wish you luck too.
Yeah, at least you don't have no disagree with that.
No, I mean, individually that's fine. Okay, individually that's fine. See, as a group, it's not going to work. Wow, got to change the environment.
That's the mentality I'm talking about. I want to get. You got to change the environment. Which is what I'm about.
It's my turn.
I want to get. I got a couple of new people as well. Let me get Real Prism, Bomb Cherry, KT to Go, and MJ.
Wait a minute, how you gonna step over me?
I didn't know.
Oh, no. I already went. I'm sorry.
You went, and then it's my turn after
I'm
you.
back in line. No, I'm just playing.
Okay, so I apologize, Bomb. Bomb Cherry, Real Prism, KT to Go.
You can add the new person before me. I can weave in after her, or whoever the Real Prism is. I thought that's one.
Okay, go ahead, Real Prism.
Hey, everybody.
Good day.
Hello, sis.
Hey, y'all. Hey, BGS. You know, you and I have had a sparrings on Mary Brown's channel a couple of different times.
I swear, I know why she likes to pop up when BGS around. I find that very ironic. Don't y'all? I'm just saying. Various.
And you still haven't been able to answer to me what states had the was the Monahan report talking about. I need to ask you a question. You said that
you got to repeat the question.
You said that black men, hang on. We're gonna stay where we are.
What I'm saying is, you asked a question and I was gonna answer it. So let me know when you're finished. Okay, I'll mute up.
So we're gonna stay on what we have to talk about today. So BGS, the manosphere has been around for, I think, about almost 15 years. And you're asking, first of all, you don't have a platform large enough to be able to get black women to all fall back. You don't have that type of voice, number one. Number two, you keep saying that there's no organizations that you guys need black women to fall back so y'all can get right. What's up with the 100 Black Men of America? What's that?
There was 100 black men in Los Angeles, 300 black men in Detroit, 100 black men. I haven't heard of that one, but
Okay.
individually they've all been kind of.
Black men of America.
Can I? You want me to answer, or you want to talk?
No, because actually you've done a lot of talking.
Oh, okay. Well, then don't ask me a question. Then.
What's the 100 black
No,
men?
don't.
And you see, and this is the problem. The disrespect. It's just all-time high. It's just disgusting, personally. But you're dealing with black women or somewhat. Various.
Go ahead. I want you to tell me.
He said he didn't know.
Okay. BGS, that organization has been around since 1963. And these are black men that have stepped in. They have scholarships for black men. There are no black women involved in this. There are black men. All black men are on the boards and everything. How come you guys feel like you got to have your own? Why can't you join with other black men? If you're concerned about black men and boys and black men getting fairness, why are you not involved with these 100 black men organizations?
I have been in the past. Okay, I have been with 100 black men locally. Okay, I've been interacting with the 300 black men in Detroit. Okay, because I'm in the community. I'm not just online.
Okay.
Can I?
You want to say go ahead, BGS? Go ahead.
Okay. And in other words, the thing is, the thing when I study how other countries do this shit, it has to be structural. How do you get this stuff structurally embedded to where it actually works and it gets traction? Because it's been around for what, 50, 60 years, hasn't made any traction. Why not? Got to do something else, right? That's why.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Okay. You good, Prism? Gat?
Okay. So BGS.
Yeah, and these things should not have no traction because let's be honest, some of the dudes, they just doing it just to hope to uphold a collapsing system. That's why I feel like there's no change, and it's really not benefiting most black people. It might help a few little young black men here and there, but overall, so as we talk about the collective or the collection of the whole, no. And I will have to agree with BGS in that efforts. And let's be fair, honest. Why other black men don't unify with certain black men? Because most black men don't align mentally, spiritually, and not on one accord. I don't expect most black men to align all in one accord, but we should come on common grounds that, we are going to do this to the benefit of black men, only black men only, and they're going to say, fuck them women. And I think most men today that's in those movements are not in that business of doing so. That's an honest fact. That's why they fight against separating the boys and girls, if y'all notice. But I'm gonna let y'all, think on that. Fair is fair.
You've been involved with all of these organizations. How come you have not taken any of their steps for economic empowerment, health and wellness, mentorship, leadership? How come that has not been part of your conversation for over the last 10 or 15 years on YouTube?
In fact, ask your WAF about cloud engineers. Ask the people that in Washington D.C. that actually which is what I'm about, right? Okay, I believe that you have to have people inside the room. Okay, and I have contacts inside rooms to get shit changed.
Okay, I've never heard of you inside.
I don't care. I don't care what you heard of. Okay, it's not for you to hear.
Damn.
BGS. Nobody has heard about who you
are.
I
don't.
Right here.
Nobody knows about who I am here because I don't want them to know. Okay.
Oh,
people on the outside that know my real name know who I am. Okay?
Well, everybody knows your real name.
Huh?
We're not. You don't want that. We're not going to. I don't want to
look me up. Then, okay.
I don't want the real stuff. I don't want no doxing and none of that stuff. We just keep it into the conversation.
Because I have been involved with this for a very long time. Okay. And trust and believe the people on the continent know who I am. Okay. You might not know.
What continent?
Africa, our continent.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
What do you mean our continent?
Oh, you're not black.
No, I am black, but what do you mean?
Where's your
we are American black. So what do you mean? We're not African black. So let's play. Let's stop. You're not going to play this game.
When white people say their continent, hold. All right.
We're going to move to the next question. I don't have time to play with you because I already know your game. So number 2, BGS, you said that white
Damn.
men gave black women power. Can you tell me what date that was that white men gave black women power?
That's a fair question. You don't look, you want to answer the question, BGS, or you good? Seems like maybe he got a phone call or something of that nature. Not sure. Oh. Go ahead, BGS.
Every time I talk, you want to talk, so I'm gonna let you talk.
Okay, go ahead. You good?
Go ahead, MJ. Finish talking.
All
Okay?
right. Did you hear a question?
Huh?
Did you
A
hear
question about what?
So she asked, when did black women get their power from white men?
1750 when wow. Okay.
Yeah,
let's go. Parity is something, right? In other words, they had to have a way to keep black people enslaved permanently. Okay. So the status of the woman determined the status of the child. Okay. So they had to put black women in charge of the family. Okay. That's historical. You can look it up. I can pull up papers and documents and books and stuff like that that actually show you that black women were put in charge of the family by white people, even including after emancipation. Okay, you can go back and look at the Mohawk Conference where they said black men didn't need to be educated or read or write, but black women did. Okay, you can go back and look at it. This is very historical. It's very it's
Okay,
a
but
big,
I have a question.
let me finish. Let me finish.
He almost finished. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ. Let me finish.
All
Okay.
right.
You're lying.
Oh my goodness. It's all right.
You know, BGS, I you might come across this if you survive long throughout this whole live stream. Here's a soundbite. Anytime when you get in pushback by, let's say, women or black women, pay attention, brother. I'm only gonna play this once for y'all. Enjoy.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
Yeah, BGS. That's all you gotta do. Play the soundbite. You know what I'm saying? If you can find a clean version, which if you want, hit me up. I'll water down this version so you know. Cause I know you want to keep your monetization. That's cool, I guess. You know, cause most have you guys ever noticed most content creators that when they do the uploads or go live stream, they always set their settings on monetization always on. I don't understand that. I don't do that. I'm very selective of what needs to be monetized, what does not need monetized, personally. And the reason why that is because I keep my content simple. If I'm going raw and going in, I just turn that bad boy off. Hell, this don't make no money. As you know, I've been streaming now for maybe 1 or 2 hours now. Not 1 cent has been dropped in the bucket. You think any ad's gonna run properly on this? No. Because this is a reaction, personally. So for the culture or for the Negroes, gentlemen, when you just got to, sacrifice and, just say one time saying, screw, I don't need the little crumbs if I'm making crumbs. Just one time. Ain't gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to make money in many different ways anyway. I don't know why you're stuck, personally, in my opinion. Think that this platform you're in makes a good amount of coins. I mean, that's just it. Anyhow, let me wrap this up. Various. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, finish.
In other words, that's go read Tommy Curry's book, The Man Not. He outlines all this crap. Go look at the Mohawk Conference of 1890 about the Negro. Go look at the Monterey Report. This is very consistent, man. Going back all the way back to 1750. Thomas Jefferson did this shit. Okay.
Okay, let me respond.
Go ahead.
So first off, Tommy Curry couldn't even get tenure at his American university, which is why he had to carry his ass over to Europe. That's number one. Number two, so I'm not reading shit about no man not. Number two, you say
that's very ignorant. So if a black woman didn't get no tenure, I should not read her shit too? Like, really? I told you about the disrespect to a lot of black women to you, to black men, is asinine. It just amazes me. Hey, y'all forgot, Amir Brad had Tommy Curry on his platform a few times. I got the man's book. I have not read much of the book. Matter of fact, I'm trying to find a PDF version of the book. I'm probably going to hit Dr. Curry. If I know, I'm probably ask my good friend if he has PDF. I want to be able to read it, make it easier on me to read that book in a digital form. But other than that, because you as a woman said that this man did not get actual tenure in the University of Texas where he's at, in your mind, he is not deemed of any worthiness of respect. Lordy, Lord. My God. Fair use.
that the white man gave, or I guess Thomas Jefferson gave the black woman, put her in charge of the family in 1750, but that makes no sense because black women had no control over their families. They couldn't even control the man they created a family with, right? They didn't have no control over those children. They could be sold off from them. So what family were they the head of? The white man was making black people pair up, right? It wasn't a choice a lot of times for those people. And so what power did those women have?
None.
What power do those men have? You're already explaining that
but
white
we're not
males.
talking about the men, but he was saying that we're talking about women being put in charge of the family. So he already said, by him saying that, we know the men didn't have no power. But I'm saying, if you say black women were in charge of the family, then you got to show me what being in charge means. And if you can't determine who you create a family with, you're not in charge. If you can't be in charge of what happens to the family that you create, then you're not in charge. That just doesn't make any sense. No, don't cut me off. As far as the Moynihan report, he mentioned a couple of times, but even the Moynihan report talked about how there were special scholarships and set aside specifically for black males, right? And the black males couldn't qualify to get.
Move forward. Let me do this. Let me take this down for a second. And this is my conclusion. I'm tired of niggas doing this. You're not gonna see me. I'm gonna work extra hard and be mindful of my own little words. I'm not gonna refer any people, especially black people or men or people in general, as males and females. I think this is a disrespectful term and it's actually now an insult in my opinion. And I'm not using that terminology no more. If you're over the age of 18, you are considered a man in the society, a young man, but man nonetheless. Just like you're a woman, you're 18, you're a young woman or woman nonetheless. I don't like to hear these terminologies using males or females, especially when we're talking about black men of a certain ilk or age as males. No, you use that terminology on my anywhere in my stream, especially on my panels. I'm going to probably correct you one time if I'm going to give you that luxury, and I'm just going to boot you off. I'm not going to entertain this type of foul, low level wording of people today. Nah, I ain't gonna have it. If we're gonna be respectful as people, we're gonna refer to ourselves as men and women. Period. This male and female bullshit is for the birds. Personally, now I'm gonna try to remind myself as hard as I can. I ain't gonna make a promise. I'm gonna slip up one time, call you ladies females, but overall, I'm going to direct it and say that once you're an adult, you're gonna be referred to as a woman, young or old. You as men, you're 18, you're gonna be referred to as a young man or a man. Period. End of story. All this bullshit about males and females, that's low level conversation. It's very disgusting and it's insult. All right, fair use.
Them. So eventually they opened them up to black girls, and the girls were able to get those scholarships. When the federal government opened up those GS jobs to blacks, right? Because before they had those wage grade jobs, they were labor jobs. when they opened it up, what they expected to happen was that the black women would continue to take the labor jobs, and the black men would move into those professional jobs, right? They were low graded, but still professional track jobs. That didn't happen because the black men didn't have the education. And so what happened was the black women actually took those jobs and the black men took the labor jobs. So you have never been able to meet standards. That's no one's fault but yours. People have tried to bend over backwards to help you. Self-improvement needs to be your sole focus, right? Because even when everything is laid out for you to succeed, y'all will still find a way to fail. And so anybody who need perfect conditions in order to succeed can't succeed.
Okay.
Good place to land it. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I agree.
BGS. Okay.
Black men need to go find something else to do then.
No, that's you good there? That's
yeah.
Okay.
If we're not adequate, go find something else to do.
He didn't answer the question because what he's talking about is Partus Secura Ventrum, and that did not give black women control over their wounds. So DGS, there was never a time, if you can't show me historically from the beginning where black women were put in control over by white men, then you don't have a point. Because Thomas Jefferson did not give black women control over black men.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
It's my let me just get KT to go in there real quick, Boncher. Let's see. He's been very patient, and you've been as well. Thank you so much. Go ahead, KT to go. What is that you would like
I would
to say?
only like to point out I am in the middle as usual. I agree with BGS, but again, I think we're missing the point, which is we're not coming to common ground here. It's just everybody pointing blame and saying it's the man or the woman fault. And again, I'm saying it's our fault. Even to what y'all saying about what's the proof? Well, the proof of the woman having the power is even is still today. You go to court and the woman has possession of the child. It doesn't matter if she actually wants it or not. She has possession of the child. That's just what the government gave you. That's not what you and your husband chose or none of that nature. That's what the government gave you. That's the proof. When Brownsville, I just want to point this one thing out. I'm going to land it. I want to keep this quick. When Brownsville is saying these things, the reason dude is saying provide your research because you're saying, well, you can go out and see that what I'm saying is true. Well, let's actually think about that. If black men are promoting the degeneracy, why the fuck is it only baddies with females? Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. These are the women doing most of the wild shit. That's not the men promoting this. Women, though, as PhD said earlier, and I said yesterday, women, y'all not seeking leadership.
And you're never gonna see him seek no leadership. Matter of fact, this is the heaven for a lot of Western women today to be in America, to do whatever the F they want. And that's where it's gonna be. I think this is it. I think we can wrap this up. Shout out to the hosts for having BGS on here, having the conversation. As you know, BGS versus the detractors. It speaks for itself. What's your views and opinions on this long forum? Do you think BGS made his point? Should he even entertain more of these platforms with these people that have a certain thinking, mostly not thinking, but really have the emotional fortitude of going by what they feel about what is, instead of knowing what is already been here? Leave your comments on this video. The links to follow me are the above. You can follow me on Twitter at ChaosReign7. You can add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Ray on Facebook. You can join my Discord service as well. Matter of fact, I did put a link to, how can I say it? I did put a link to the article that I find that you could look into more. And let me find that now and add invite. Let me see. Let me edit the invite. I don't want to generate a new link. Oh, hell no. Oh, damn. I don't know why it's doing that. Cancel this. This should not be. All right, hold on, guys. Matter of fact, go in the description that's where you can find the link to the stream, because for some reason I'm not sure why it's doing this again, but I don't want to generate a link. But I have the article in the Discord service, so. All right, so I found now, so I'm gonna post it here. Join Discord service of the Chaos Rain Show. And last but not least, become a member of the Chaos Rain Show as well. Oh, and please follow me on Rumble. I got a new video on Rumble. Please follow me on Rumble. CRain23 on Rumble. That's it. Thank you for watching or listening to today's stream. Until next time. Next time. Let the Chaos Rain.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Must reign.